It totally is available.
That's weird.
We did that.
Never had the YouTube page say this before. Here, finish. No, it did not.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it did not. Oh, you motherfucker. I think it just... Hold on. Motherfucker. I think it just... Hold on. I think it just closed out the stream.
Oh, no.
Did it close out the stream, or are we actually streaming?
I don't know. Let me see. The chat still seems to be working. Chat's still working. Let me go to the webpage. The actual... It works. Still
we are streaming right now?
I guess so.
Oh.
Yeah, we're live.
Okay, good.
But it's showing you. It's showing your YouTube studio page.
Well, let me fix that. Hold on. It's okay. It's just showing it for this stream. All right, there we go. Does that look right?
That's better. Hooray!
Ah, huzzah! So I'll tell you guys what happened. This is pretty fucking funny, actually. So, man, I hate Streamlabs. Streamlabs OBS can suck a wiener. Here, let me get this working again. So go back to my stream summary. Okay, it says right now that here, dismiss. For some reason now it thinks that there's no stream in the dashboard.
Oh.
So hold on here. Let me go. It's always monkey fucking football over here.
Something. All right. It wouldn't be TechTalk.
It just wouldn't be TechTalk unless it was like constant tech problems. Okay, so let me go into my dashboard. Let me go into my videos. Let me go into live events. And if you can see me, that okay, good. It still says, does it still say it's live? Let me open up the dashboard. View and control room. Okay, and the verdict is okay, good. Excellent condition. We're working. We are live. This is fine. Viewer activity is a go. Okay, sweet. It worked. Okay, so let me explain what happened there, guys. That was a little bumblefuck. So in OBS, in SL OBS, Streamlabs OBS, what you do is you create the stream, and then it sends out a notification so that that's how you knew the stream was going. It says, oh, stream's starting in like 10 minutes. So what you do is in Streamlabs OBS, you say, okay, start sending a stream to YouTube. And then you pick the event, and it picks it from a download. Then it starts sending the stream to YouTube. As soon as it started sending the stream to YouTube, the YouTube dashboard pops up a big window and says, oh, the stream is unavailable. And I'm like, okay, I've never seen this before, but I can see the stream preview playing in the grayed out window behind it. So like I can tell it's working, but it's like stream's not available. So I click retry. And it says stream is not available, even though I can clearly see it's playing. And you even said that you could see it on the channel. Yep. I could hear the echo, right? I could hear it echoing. So I'm like, okay, well, it's working. So I hit cancel instead of retry because retry is not getting anywhere. As soon as I hit cancel, it says, okay, the stream has been wrapped up. And I was like, what? And then I look at it in the dashboard and it says, oh, the stream is complete. And then it shows me the icon for the stream being complete and basically says, oh, you can send this out to other viewers to watch. I'm like, what? So oops. I thought it literally like shut the stream down like 1 second into it because I hit cancel on a box that said that it wasn't streaming. So I was like, oh my God, but it's working. Like nice. I pulled it up. I think we're good, man. I think we are gravy.
Looks okay to me.
And we got 228 people in here so far. People are still probably popping their heads in the door, wondering what the hell's going on. I got my chat up, so that's cool. I can see you, Nigel. I can see what he said. How's the air conditioning working? Oh, dude, butter, man. That air conditioner. Ever since I fixed it, I mean, I'm hoping that this is like the solution. I never have to throw away another air conditioner because, dude, the air conditioners are expensive, bro. Like even the window ones are like that. That's money.
I think last I was in California, I bought like not the cheapest, like smallest cheapest. I like stepped up one size and it was like 210, I think, around there.
Yeah,
and that was 7 years ago.
Like these big ones that I run, these 12 to 15,000 BTU, I think they're about $400, $350, $400 starting.
Yeah, I think mine was like 1,200 or something.
Hey, what's up, Miss Liz?
One small room. Yeah.
See, that's just crazy. That is just crazy. People ask me why I don't get central air. It's because I got a quote for it and it was like over $10,000. It's like I'm not going to pay $10,000 to get central air in my house.
Bonus for the house that we're having built. If we decide we want to do AC, it just like hooks because there's a furnace, right, that blows hot air throughout the house. We can just have AC like boop attached to that same system. Boom.
How much do they charge you for it, though?
I'm not sure about that. If we want, I think through the builder, it was going to be pretty significant. But honestly, heat around Washington is way more important. Let's be real.
Yeah, I think they wanted to charge me that same system where they just put the box under where the air comes into the furnace. They just like jack it up and put like a coil under it, basically. And
Right.
I want to say that for that, and then to run it outside and set up the pad and put the heat exchanger thing on it, whatever, it was like 10 grand. I was like, dude, 10
That's
grand to add
nuts.
AC for the house? It's like, no, I'll just put in these little window units. Another thing I like about the window units, you can keep every room at a different temperature, right? Whereas with central AC, the only way to do that is with like, diverter valves and other, you have to have other thermostats and stuff. It starts becoming really, really complicated. And they even said the way my house is plumbed, there's no way that they could do it without redoing the piping. And I'm like, dude, redoing piping, that's like ripping out walls and ceilings and shit. Like, nah.
Yeah, getting into the floor. Yeah,
not going to do it. Just not going to do it. Hey, what's up, Project Remastered? He said he has a question. He said, there are times where I'm watching YouTube, my cursor can't go over the video, but it can go over, like, hit the X button and close the tab. What could fix it? I've actually seen this before, where I call it phantom cursor. And it's where you run it over an app that's not responding or it's not compositing properly, and the mouse cursor will disappear. But if you click, it still clicks and it's still in the right position. It's just magically gone. Yeah. And usually it's either the graphics driver, like the graphics driver can cause this, and it's usually with something that has overlay, like video, for instance, where it's actually rendering the video separately and then overlaying it onto the graphics. Stuff like that can do it, but it's not supposed to. As far as how to fix it, I would say try updating your graphics driver and try updating the app that's doing it, because a mismatched combination of those two can actually cause it. It's usually almost video apps, like YouTube and stuff like that, because when it's compositing video, the video is not being rendered into the entire frame. What's really happening is the video buffer is just kind of creating a window that then the video card is sending the video frames to that little window. That's why sometimes if you have a video app and you drag it around really fast, you can actually see the video lag it a little bit, because it's literally just chasing the box around to project it onto the screen, because that's the faster way to do it. Let's see what else we get. Nigel said, coming to you from warm South Africa, no need for AC at the moment. Dude, I'd have to imagine if you're raised up in Africa, like, it's probably a cool day if it's like 95 degrees outside. You're probably like, oh man, it's chilly, I need to put a coat on. Because you do adapt to your environment, right? I mean, I went to
sure.
God, coldest place on Earth. I swear, if the North Pole was any colder than this, like, there's no way anybody would have ever made it there. Minnesota. Have you been to Minnesota?
Oh, no, I haven't.
Dude, in the dead of winter, I go to Minnesota to see a football game, and I don't even like football. It's just my friends dragged me on this trip with them, and we had a good time. But I remember stepping out of the airport, and I was just like, holy God! Like, I literally, like, when you jump in really cold water, you do that thing where you just gasp. I did that gasp walking out of the airport, and it hurt. Like, and I was wearing a snowboard jacket, snowboard pants, and I was wearing like full Under Armour. And I walked out, and I was just like, it was chilling me to the bone. The wind chill, it felt like I was naked. Like, I was standing and people are just walking around in like t-shirts and jeans and shit. Oh, yeah. I was like, what? Yeah. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I never thought there'd be a place cold enough for me, because I'm like the kind, I like to live at about 68 degrees. That's like my happy spot.
I agree.
But if it's in the 40s even, like, I can go outside like in shorts and a shirt and just be fine, as long as I'm a little active, right? 40 degrees, totally fine.
No breeze.
No breeze.
The wind will cut you to the bone.
That's what it was. Is in Minnesota, the wind chill was like negative. It was like -7 or -10 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind chill. And oh my gosh, dude, I remember we tried to walk from the airport to the little tram thing that takes you into town, into the Super Mall. And like, just sitting, we were all like huddled up together. Like we were having like a little mini orgy, me and my two buds, because it was just so cold. We couldn't stand it. We were all shaking, and we're like standing there, and there's this lady just standing there. She's smiling and laughing because she's like waiting for the train, and she's got like one scarf on, and she's wearing a dress, and got like a little stole on, and she's over there, and she's not even shaking at all. And we're all like in full like snowboarding gear, like dying from exposure. It was pretty funny. It was pretty comical. Oh, how is everybody doing this fine morning? We're just letting a couple more people roll in here before we jump into the topics. Yeah. Looks like we've got about 338 people. We started the show a little late, so people are probably now just getting a notification. What's that?
What chair exactly are you using? Somebody was asking.
Oh, this is a DX Racer King series. It's ancient. Like, I don't even think they make the same design anymore. They might, but look it up. It's DX Racer King series, and it's currently holding me up using vice grips because the piston finally failed after 4 years.
Me too. I did that. I knew when you told me that, I did that same thing.
Yeah, isn't that awesome? So if you want to fix your chair, if you have a chair with a leaky piston where you're having to keep reinflate it, just get it to the height that you want it, and then literally take some vice grips, and just clamp them right onto the freaking piston, and it'll keep it from going back down into the thing. And it actually works really, really well, like a lot. And it doesn't affect how it still swivels just fine. Everything works fine. It's just now it can't go past that point. Yep. And so now, I save myself some money because I don't have to buy a new piston, but I still want to get a new piston because I miss being able to bounce up and down. Like I have like rage and ADHD, so I like to just sit here and bounce, just bounce up and down on my chair. And now I can't do it because it's like rock solid because I've basically turned that piston into a solid member. Hey, what's up, Kevlar? How's it going, buddy? Oh, Rob's in the house. Old Darth Tigger, nice man. Hey, what's up, Miss Liz? She said thanks to AuxxZillary. You got it before me.
Oh, the question, yeah.
Oh, got it. You see, he's on it this morning. He woke up earlier than I did. I woke up at 9:30. I was the late waker today. Hey Todd, he said lol at work, we quit at negative 35 degrees. Oh my god, what do you do? Do you dig ice tunnels? Like, what do you do?
Right.
Michael J. Morrison's, oh, by the way, Michael J. Morrison, thank you so much, man, for yesterday. I really do appreciate that. He threw down huge on the Twitch stream. I mean, he blew it up, man.
Right on.
Seriously, if it was a strip club, they would have like played a song for him and like turn on like the special disco ball. He said we test in the cold chamber at negative 50 for the military. Like, whoa. Oh my god, like, does anything even work at negative 50? Like, can you actually even cycle the action on a rifle at negative 50? Like, you must have some really good grease in there if it's not like just turning to, like whale snot at that point, feels like a hydraulic, like nothing's gonna move fast at negative 50. Oh, a medevac pilot in South Dakota. Oh my gosh, dude, I couldn't even imagine. I could not even imagine. That's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. You have to do, wait, we have to test for Arctic fighting.
Oh, okay.
Like is that a real thing? Like, I mean, if there was a war, would we take it to the poles? Like, I'm trying to figure out like what the advantage. I mean, if you were in a submarine or something, I'd totally get that, right? If you're in like a nuclear sub that could create its own oxygen and can stay underwater for like 6 months, then yeah, drive under the poles and stuff and just use it as shielding, right? But yeah, would we ever fight an Arctic battle? Like, what would the benefit of that be, other than everybody just freezing their balls off? Hey, Naota, thank you for the $5.
No, we can't let them have Alaska.
No way, man. That's ours. We bought that fair and square from Russia for like nothing. Didn't we pay him like absolutely next to nothing for it?
Yeah, it was something silly.
I want to say it was like a silly amount of money, and like I think they even wanted it back at one point,
or mile or something. Yeah, it was nuts.
Oh my god. Naota, he said, want to be friends? Oh my god, we're gonna talk about that later. He said, love the show, keep up the good work. I'm glad you guys enjoy being here. We're just warming up, just finally getting some coffee in us.
I'm all out now. I finished mine.
Oh, you're out of coffee? Do you only have 1 cup a day?
It's technically about 32 ounces. There's still some left in the pot, but because my cup only holds so much. But I have one of those little, it's like a 5-cup little pot. And okay. I usually have one of those a day.
Nice. I'm actually going to move. Where's my compositing? Is it up here? No, darn it. Where is Streamlabs OBS? I want to fix something here. Remember when I fix stuff, this is when everything goes horribly wrong.
Yeah.
No, I just noticed that I'm like the rule of thirds is not being obeyed right now. And I need to fix that. So you see how my head's like in the middle of the screen?
Yeah.
So what I got to do is I got to hold down the Alt button. I'm going to drag this down just a little bit. And I'm going to drag this down just a little bit.
Oh,
a little bit. There we go. Oh. Hey, this is like surgery. Okay, let me drag this in so I'm in the middle. And oh wow, did that actually almost work seamlessly? Look at that. Although now on the wrong size. Damn it. I gotta get it the right size. There we go. All right, now I'm encroaching on your territory. Let me fix that. All right, there we go. I think I fixed. Does that look okay? Am I now obeying the rule of thirds?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right, that's cool. It's driving me nuts there for a second. I was like, oh man, I gotta obey the rules. Gotta obey the limits. Miss Liz said Banff is beautiful. I'm an hour from there. We go snowboarding out there. Interesting. Wait, Banff. Why does that sound familiar? Where's Banff at? Does that sound familiar? Banff. Why is that in Canada? Or
yeah.
Let me see if I can
Alberta.
Oh, it's Alberta?
Yep. It's apparently a town of Banff.
Oh, okay. I've heard of it. I've never actually been there, but I've heard of it.
Hey, one sole question. Will you help me with a bet with my wife and say orange juice? Done.
Orange juice?
Yeah.
Wait, was that the bet that he could get somebody to say orange juice for $10?
Easy.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I think most people would do that. Like, even if you walked up to him on the street and said, here's $10, will you say orange juice?
Heck,
I think
a lot of
they're
people
going to
do it
overly
without
analyze.
even being paid. Like, hey man, which do you prefer, apple juice or orange juice? And like at least 50% of people are just going to say orange juice. And,
I mean, I can't think of a scenario. Yep.
Says wannabe. Oh, we did that one. Love the show. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, I don't. Have you heard about this wannabe friends thing?
No, this is brand new to me.
All right, sweet.
I'm always suspicious of like friending, like on Discord and that kind of a thing. Anyway, so like I tend to be like, even if I do know who the person is, I tend to be like, nah.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're probably pretty safe from this, but I'm still on the fence about it. I'm skeptical about this whole thing. So there's a video that comes out the other day, and it's this guy explaining that he found a dude on YouTube that literally has like no following. His videos are all clickbaity as shit, and all of a sudden they start getting like 90,000 views, super high like ratios. And it turns out that all the accounts that are following and liking this guy and commenting on his videos are all real accounts. Like they were at one point owned and operated in recent history by human beings, and they were stolen by bots and then used to prop up this one specific channel. So but the reason they know it's this channel is because every video that's published to YouTube, it instantly gets a comment on it. Like the very first comment on the video, unless it gets filtered through the spam filter, is "wannabe friends?" ? And it's always from the same account. And what happens is that the rumor is, from some very, very circumstantial evidence, is that if you reply to this comment and then go follow the guy, so you reply to wannabe friends, and then you go follow the guy, that your Twitter or your YouTube account will be hacked like within a couple of hours. And so there's 50,000 accounts so far that have been hacked, and they're basically going on how many are following this guy's channel, because none of them are real. They're all bots. Like, if you look at every comment left on his videos, it's like the same comment. Nice. Great video. Nice. It's like totally cookie cutter.
Weird.
So it's like this creepy situation where YouTube hasn't said anything about it publicly. And I think there's a little bit of a hoax going on too. Like, I think it's partially true. I think there's a magic trick going on here. But because I know tons of people that actually just with reckless abandon went and replied to the guy, went and followed his channel, challenged him to hack him, even was like replying to their comments like, "You can't hack me, you piece of shit." And none of them got hacked. But this main guy that created this video about it, all of a sudden 2 days after his video is like starting to go viral. Well, viral within the context of how many views he normally gets. Like, I think it got like 2,000 views. He normally gets like 100. So it got like 2,000 views. Then all of a sudden somebody mentioned in the comments, who was an InfoSec guy. He jumps in there and says, "Well, wait a second. In your video, you replied to the guy. You replied to the guy as a part of the video. Like, how didn't you get hacked?" And then he replied back, and he's like, "Oh, I'm just taking one for the team," or something like that. And then like hours later, he posts on Twitter, "Oh, my account got hacked. The dude hacked my account." I'm like, "But your video was up for like 3 days. You were calling this dude out. You replied to his comment in the video. So in all that time, his bot network should have hacked your account." And he's claiming, "Oh, I had 2-factor authentication and an 18-digit random password, and he hacked through that." And I'm like, okay, I'm not believing this so much. Like, I'm very, very skeptical at this point, because I'm like, 2-factor authentication isn't foolproof, but it's pretty damn close. And so I'm starting to think that this might be like a little bit of a marketing ploy between these two channels. One of them is called Logan, and the other one's called like Evans 111. Or something like that. But
like, I don't understand how commenting on something and even just following another channel is going to provide any sort of like open door or any sort of compromise. Like, I don't see.
Let me explain the two possibilities here. So the two possibilities as I see it, because I did information security for Microsoft for years and years and years and years. So understanding like hackers and phishing and social engineering, which are the big ones, right? Social engineering like will win out over even the strongest system in the world. So what I think is happening here is there's a component of or a little bit of subterfuge where it's like they want you to look over here and be like, "Oh, replying to his comment and following him is what's getting you hacked." But in reality, what's getting you hacked is he's just the only thing he gets from you replying to the comment and following him is he knows what your YouTube channel is, which means he can probably figure out what your Gmail email address is that's linked to it. And he knows that you're active because you actually responded to it, that you're a human and you're sitting there in front of the computer. It's not just an idle account. Because if you go and just start taking over a bunch of YouTube accounts that are old and idle and nobody's using them and stuff, which there's a lot of bot networks that do that, YouTube usually figures it out pretty quickly and knocks them down. Because they're like, there's no way these 50,000 inactive accounts just all became active on the same day. So they're seeking out active accounts because those active accounts are going to be treated with more seriousness than, say, somebody who's gone for a year and comes back and just randomly starts commenting on videos. So what I think they're doing is they're
Weird.
using the engagement through the comment as a means to verify that there's users that are active, watching videos, and responding to comments. So they know they're living bodies, basically. Once they know that, then they attempt to hack their account because they know what their email address is. They know what their username is on YouTube, which you can actually usually get an email address out of too with the API. So I think what they're doing is they're phishing. I think they're sending an official looking email that appears to be coming from Google to these people. They're getting the mail because they're active on the computer. They're logged into their YouTube and probably logged into their Gmail. So they're getting a notification. It's like, oh, you just got a mail. And this mail is like, oh, you know, maybe there's some hacker attempt, or, oh, you need to verify your credentials, or click here. And you click on the thing and then boom, you got a man in the middle attack, or they just straight up just ask you for your credentials and you enter them in thinking you're logging into the website, but you're not. You're actually, they're phishing them, right? They're middleman. So I think that's more than likely what is happening here. And that because people are getting their accounts stolen. Like I went and did a little bit of research, and there are people that are like, oh my God, my account got hacked, but none of them take me as the type of people that had two-factor authentication. However, the guy that created the video that's calling this all out, and it's kind of a professional video. You can tell he actually put quite a bit of time in the production of the video. The person that's calling it out, I just found it was ironic that he had two-factor authentication. He only got hacked when somebody called him out for not getting hacked in the comments days later. So I'm like, okay, shit isn't adding up here. I almost think that the person who has the first account is either related to, if not the same person that created the account calling them out. And they're basically like attacking each other in these videos to, you know, create drama, which is causing them to get a lot more views and a lot more followers. So we'll see how stuff goes moving forward. But I think it's either going to be previous passwords that were leaked, and they're just looking them up by their usernames when they respond, right? Because again, you're looking for warm bodies. And if you say want to be friends and you get a bunch of people that reply to it, boom, you got a list of warm bodies to go and try to hack. That way you're not wasting your time trying to hack old accounts that are idle, that don't do anything for you. And then he's targeting these accounts at his own channel to artificially boost his own videos and his own following. So do I think right now that you responding to a comment or following somebody on YouTube is exposing your channel to be hacked? No, I don't believe so. Like, but here's the other thing. There is a very, very small percentage, and this one's incredibly small, okay? I do believe that it is possible for there to be an API bug. YouTube's API, there could be a bug in there that's allowing somebody to take some kind of a token recovered from an API saying that somebody commented on your video. There may be some piece of data that they're gathering from that's sufficient enough to authenticate with YouTube to do something. But if that was the case, it would be universal and they could take over every account, not just a couple accounts, and it would be instantaneous. It wouldn't take anywhere from minutes to days. So that's why I'm thinking that that's a very unlikely scenario. Plus, I think if that was being exploited, that YouTube would catch it like almost immediately. I think YouTube would be like right on top of that. Let's see here. Key Pepper said, Barnacules, the scary part is that the hacker's account can comment on private videos. I have not found confirmation of this yet. So I did a little bit of research, and the only people that are saying that he comments on private videos seem to be people that are responding to that video. I've yet to find somebody who's like a real person on social media that I could talk to that said that they were posting videos. I even found one guy that said that whenever he uploads a video, the comment shows up on it first, want to be friends. But I asked him, I said, do you upload as unlisted or private? And he's like, no, I just upload, publicly. And so I don't believe that these videos, either that or he's already hacked the account and he's setting the video. If he's already hacked the account, then of course he can go in and leave whatever comment he wants on it because he can share it with himself at that point. So if it's post-hack, then yeah, he can do it. If it's pre-hack, I think it's BS. I don't think he's able to leave a comment on a private video. I also checked my videos because I upload all my videos as unlisted before I publish them, and they don't even get a single view. Like they sit there for about 6 to 8 hours, and not a single video that I've uploaded in the last 2 weeks has gotten a single view while it was in an unlisted state. So that means that nobody's finding, and that's unlisted. That means even if you have the URL, you can still watch it, right? So that's even less secure than private. So I think a lot of the stuff that's going on is this guy he's spreading a story that makes it sound like it's way worse than it is, right? He's inflating it. To make it sound like this guy's some kind of a hacker god. Oh my God, he can comment on private videos and he can just take over your channel from commenting. But I think they want you to focus on that so that you're not paying too much attention to the fact that you're being phished or being manipulated, or your information has already been leaked in a security breach and you're just unaware of it. And it just makes them feel like they're a lot bigger and it's a lot scarier hack and it's garnering them a lot more attention. But we'll see, man. We'll see as time goes on. Cypher said, Barnacules, you want to be friends? Of course I do. I want to be friends with everybody, even the bot networks. Derp said they hacked into my underwear drawer and took all my brown stained underwear. No, don't do it. That's bad. Let's see here. What's going on here in chat? Let's see here. Damn, I need to get on the PC. You gals are fucking fast on the draw. Oh, Kevlar Condom's talking to Miss Liz and Miss B.
Yeah, there's almost another rash of this isn't live bullshit.
Oh, are people doing that again?
Just one guy, and it was like crazy. He had like a crazy name, so he's probably fake anyway.
This actually isn't live, guys. There's at least a 2-second delay before you guys see it, so it's technically not live.
Recorded live in front of a studio audience.
Yeah, and if you guys don't think it's live, just do like a $50 super chat and say, "Is this live?" and we'll answer with yes, and then you can determine if it's live or not. So
I'm not live.
I'm a live. Does that count?
Yeah.
Like I'm slowly becoming more live as I drink this tasty libation.
So I'm actually a series of it's like a mix of machine learning and deep fake. So like it's just a machine algorithm that responds appropriately with natural language. Yep. Natural language, but I'm actually still asleep.
Dude, there's some crazy shit out there. What were we playing with over on Twitch the other day? We were playing with this thing that would render text into voice, but it's voice from like gaming computer characters and stuff. And it actually worked really, really well. I think it was called let me see if I pulled up. I think it was 15. This is gonna like pull up some fucking bad website. Yeah, hold on, let me make sure this is right. Okay, yeah, 15.ai. So you spell it out. 15.ai.
Somebody mentioned that on Twitter.
Yeah, it actually works really good. We were having a good old time because you can do Gladys from Portal, you can do Pinkie Pie from like fucking My Little Pony's Adventure.
Oh, that's awesome.
You can do SpongeBob SquarePants. Oh, it's undergoing maintenance. Damn it.
It's because it's probably to a million people all trying to do the same thing.
Probably. But if you get a chance to try it out later, it's pretty cool. You can type in a block of text. I think it's about 140 characters or 200 characters, and it'll render it. It'll sit there, and it takes a while because it's actually doing an AI match to like try to do the inflections and everything, and sound very, very convincing. But we had SpongeBob SquarePants saying some really disgusting and fucked up shit. So, hey, Bernie from Austria, what's up, dude? Thank you for the 2 euros. He said, "Is this live?" It is, sir. It is. See, we'll even do it for €2. See that whole $50 thing was a joke.
Sure. Can you really be sure?
Yeah, I mean, we could have timed.
You should try again. Just to make sure.
Yeah, because I think that it's possible that we had an AI learning thing, or maybe Alexa was listening. We said whenever somebody says "Are you live?" Alexa hears it and then tells us to play back the deepfake. It's like Max Headroom, dude. Chozo SR388. Thank you for that $5 super chat. He said, "What's the ultimate answer to the ultimate question?"
42.
Is it 42? Is it still 42?
Yep.
It's not 42.1. There's no drift. Mm-mm. Okay, all right. I'm gonna trust you on this one.
Nope.
It's not live. It's got lag. Yeah, there's no getting around the lag with this stuff. I think the only service to date that has literally no lag is and by no lag I mean perceivable lag is Mixer. Have you seen that?
They have a very, very, very tight. It's in the like 10 milliseconds, less than 10 milliseconds or something. It's very, very fast.
I literally played a game when I first, and this is a long time ago. It may even be better now. But I remember I was in the bedroom and I had Mixer running and it was up on the big screen and I didn't want to have half my screen be OBS Studio and half my screen be Mixer. So I ended up just full screening OBS Studio, but I didn't realize I didn't full screen OBS Studio. I full screened the web browser. And I was literally playing the game while I was streaming through the actual stream, the stream preview. And I didn't even realize it. That's how close it was. There wasn't even enough lag to ever tip me off to be like, something's off. I was literally playing the game full screen through Mixer as it was coming out to the internet and then back. Oh, wow. And I was like, okay, well, shit. I'd like to know what technology they're using to make that possible. Oh, Bernie did it again. So Bernie said, "Is this still live?" So yes, it is still live. but can you really be sure? Can you really be sure, Bernie? Can you be positive? Miss B said, "I'm not looking at it, but I know I have a range for both. I also have an extra fine tune knob." Oh, they're talking about coffee grinders. Yeah. We take our coffee pretty seriously here at Barnacules Central. So coffee's an important part of life, man. Oh, hey, yeah. Roger. What's up, Mr. Roger Dodger? He said, "Love your show. I watch every week from Cincinnati area. Keep up the good work." Well, thank you. We appreciate that, bro. We appreciate that. Cruz, thank you for the $5 super chat. He said, "What do you think of Netflix and Hulu hack?" What? I do not know of a Netflix and Hulu hack.
I haven't heard about that.
Could you please enlighten us? Is this something that I can go and look up right now? Because I have not heard this. Let's see here. First of all, we need to see if it is actually a hack. Let's see. Okay, 12 Netflix hacks that'll change your life. Those are not hacks. Netflix hacks. Nope. 10 ways hacker can... Oh, here we go. 10 ways hackers can hack Netflix premium accounts. Is that it? Here, let me open it up and see. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. Oh, Bernie asked again. He said, how about now? Is it still live? I mean, Bernie, I don't know. It may not be. But I'm glad you keep trying. Let's see. Okay, so what is this hack? Can you give us a little bit more information on this, Cruz? Like, just tag us in chat. Because I'm very, very curious here. Let's see. Okay, please be aware that hacking Netflix is illegal unless you have permission from the Netflix and the parties involved. I'm pretty sure Netflix isn't going to be like, come hack us, bro. Okay, let's see. Hack Netflix using Google Play, stolen Netflix accounts, hack Netflix using fake credit cards. Well, these seem like tactics that would work on any service, though. Virtual cards, hack Netflix using cookies. Ooh, okay, hold on. This looks interesting. Okay, so how do you hack Netflix using cookies? Cookies are saved information in the browser.
Like chocolate chip cookies, peanut butter cookies.
Yep, exactly like that. He said, now if you steal somebody else's cookies, they don't need any credentials for the account. The cookies will help you pass through security without any issues. The cookies do have an expiration time. Some cookies last for a day and some last for a week. All right, so this is just copying other people's cookies and putting them in your browser. So that probably requires some kind of phishing to pull off unless you know somebody who has an account. Let's see, hacking modded APKs. Ooh, what is this? Let's see here. The modded APKs are the same as regular APKs, just done some modifications on the source code to get premium features. Oh, so you still need a base Netflix account. All right, let's see. Did Cruz give us any extra information over here in chat? Because in general, 90% of the hacks are just social exploits or included features. I'm kind of curious what she's referring to, though, that affects both Netflix and Hulu. That's what kind of got me, was the fact that he said it's Netflix and Hulu. Hey, Bernie. Thank you so much. He said, and now, love you guys. Yes, it's absolutely live. Bernie, I can say now without a doubt it is 100% live. Thank you for hanging in there. He said, Cruz said a lot of people are hacked, and I was one of them, and it went under the radar. Oh, no, I've had my Netflix and my Hulu hacked before. That's just people fucking around with like social engineering or database breaches and stuff. That's incredibly common. Because I believe Netflix and Hulu are the two services that don't do two-factor auth, right? Or I want to say I do have two-factor on Netflix now, because I did get my Netflix hacked. And some dude was using it for like a year before we finally logged into this. There's a page you can go to in the Netflix app that tells you all the devices that are currently logged into your Netflix. And we found this dude, and it was like he was literally on an Xbox account. I tracked him down. I even found his Twitter and tweeted him. And he got like all freaked out. And he's like, oh, dude, I bought this account from somebody. I'm like, dude, you bought a Netflix account. Like, you can go to Netflix and just pay them for an account. And he's like, oh, no, I bought this Netflix account, dude. Like, this is my account. I was like, no, it isn't, dude. It's my account. I'm like, this ain't your name. Your name's not on it. And he got all weirded out, and then I threatened him, and he freaked out, dude. He freaked out and like deleted his Twitter and ran away. It was pretty funny. Like because he was trying to threaten me. He's like, no, that's my account and blah blah blah, and I paid for that account or whatever. And I was like, dude, no, I'm the actual owner of it. Like I'm literally the dude with the name on the account. And he's like, oh, I didn't know, man. I bought this fair and square. Like, okay, I'll stop using it, man. I'll stop using it. And I was like, no, that's not good enough. I was like, I'm going to involve Netflix, because it had his Xbox Live account. We got his Xbox Live account deleted because he was using it through Xbox Live. He literally bought my stolen account. He probably hacked it or found it in a database. And he was logging into it using his own Xbox Live with his own Xbox Live ID. So, like, that's crazy. Oh, somebody need to go take a tinkle? Oh, he's switching headsets?
No, the cable was like rubbing on my arm, so I put my headphones through the arm of the chair. So now
I thought I enraged you, and you were like, I'm leaving.
My whole setup is all chaos right now. It is not optimized by any means. So
one day it'll be nice again. One day.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited. I keep my lady like is like encouraging me to like think about how I want to do my part of the office and stuff, and I'm very excited. It's gonna be super cool. I'm gonna do like this black iron piping and like nice wood tops and stuff. I'm very very excited.
What kind of time frame are we looking at before we have a sweet ass backdrop?
Like, well, I think best case scenario, end of September.
Okay, a little ways out. Ways.
and then of course there's still unpacking and all that shit. So
in the meantime, we should get you a green screen dropped behind you so you can start like visualizing what the room's gonna look like in Photoshop, and just start slowly putting in the background.
Yeah. Hey, man, if you've got any material or something around, I wouldn't mind.
I think I might have
You know,
a spare green screen I
you
can loan.
just
Yeah, I have 2 of the
you could just
Elgato green screens.
you just put it in a box with all the other stuff you were trying to get rid of. Which, by the way, behind you looks very tidy. I don't think you can see it on the stream very well, but I can see in Discord.
Oh yeah, because it's
space
cropped.
your space looks very tidy back there.
There is literally like a landfill pile that's half as tall as me sitting over in the corner of the room because I steamrolled it over there so it look good
See,
on camera.
I don't even give a
Yeah.
fuck. It's just a big pile of my junk right behind me.
You're just like, whatever, it just
leave
keeps getting bigger.
It's the garage. Whatever.
Hey Dingo, thank you for that $2. He said, how come members badges are not in timeline order? What do you mean? Did I fuck up the members badges and they're like not in the right order? I don't know. I grabbed them from somewhere else. Like somebody else must have fucked it up. I just installed them. Hey Jas Wolf, thank you for the $5 super chat. He said, hi guys, took the day off work so I could finally see a live show. Wait, I hope you just decided to take the day off work and you're not taking it off just to catch the show, because that would be pretty hardcore.
Hey,
like, could you imagine somebody like literally taking the day off work just to watch us sit here in your garage in my respective nerd cave and talk to them about random things? Hey, Mage Miner. Mage Miner, thank you for the $20 super chat. That is way, way, way beyond generous, my friend. He said, had a little extra cash, so I'd like to support on my favorite stream. He said, also want to say the wannabe friends people say they use Discord to spoof phone numbers and use XSS, but the checksum should stop that attack. Yeah, I don't believe the SMS attack stuff. The SMS attack stuff might still work on some networks, but most of the big ones like AT&T, T-Mobile, they're all hardened against it now. So with encryption. So it is possible though that if you have, 1,000 people replying a day to wannabe friends, and you're able to somehow get their phone number through the information you're getting through the YouTube API, and you're able to intercept an SMS message, then yeah, that could be how they're getting around two-factor and how they're hacking the account. But as long as you're on a service that isn't, pissing away your SMS messages, then you're probably going to be fine, and they're not going to be able to do anything, even if they had your password. Eric Lacasa, thank you for the $5 Canadian. He said, I had to take a phone call. My sister gave birth to my nephew an hour ago. Wow. All right. Congratulations at bringing that world population back up. I like it. Bernie from Austria. Yeah. Thank you for the two euros. He said, what's your opinion on Tesla shares? Buy, hold, or sell? Ooh, that's one for Adam. We got the OG Tesla boy.
He'd
the
be
Tesla
the
golden child. Yeah.
Honestly.
What's that?
It's too expensive for me. So he'd be the one to ask.
You know what they need to do? Hold. Holder.
Hold, right? Isn't that the joke?
Yeah. You know what'd be funny? I was just thinking about this. What about creating a business that sells fractions of a stock?
Actually, you can do that through Fidelity right now.
No way.
You can
really?
buy, like, they call it fractional trading or something like that. You can.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking there are a lot of stocks that people would want that are just way too fucking expensive, right? Like you're not going to buy like, what is it? What's the most expensive one? Is it like
Berkshire Hathaway?
Yeah.
I think, technically.
Yeah. It's like tens of thousands of dollars a share or something like that.
It's insane. Yeah. It's insane. Yeah. But then like stuff like Amazon is over 1,000. Yeah.
What do you think about old Bezos being the world's first trillionaire if he stays on target?
I don't know. I don't know. That kind of thing is so. I'm like out of touch like with that sort of thing. Like why it doesn't. It's right. It's so far outside my influence. Like, well, I don't know. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect me in any way. And what is he doing with it? But sitting on it, I guess. Like meh. Yeah, Kevlar saying money is fake. Like, what does that mean? What does that mean that he becomes a trillionaire? Like, it doesn't. It's all ephemeral and like he's worth $1 trillion. What does that mean? Like,
I mean, it's true. Our money is already funny money, right? It hasn't been backed by a gold standard for years and years and years. So we just make more, right? It's like if he's a trillionaire, I mean, if the whole economy crashes, then he's a nothingaire, right? He has a lot of paper that he can burn.
It doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't mean anything, really.
Wow, gold went from 1450 to 1780. I don't think I've ever seen it up in the 1700s. That's crazy.
Nice.
Let's see here. Reviewing, playing, and more RPM. Thank you for the 10 Canadian dollars, sir. He said, what is the most common reason for USB ports on the front of a case causing a system reboot? Ooh.
I would say it's a power. It's a short somewhere.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with AuxxZillary here. That is a short. You have you have a short, and your motherboard's response to that is, oh shit, reboot. shut down, batten down the hatches.
Ground fault or something. Yeah.
Yep. So, and I know it's pretty easy to short those things out too. Like little shit can fall down in the slot. The little wires can rip off of the back of the connector and touch each other.
The casing, the outer, especially if it's like the full fuck, I can't remember the letter, but the wide, right? You get it wrong, it's upside down. The wide regular USB plug. The casing of the casing of the socket itself can short out to the case.
Oh shit. Okay. Hey. Yeah, if I were you, I would unplug it from your main board, like just unplug the lead, go into your main board, go into the slots, and see if it still reboots after a while. If it doesn't reboot and you can localize it, and you know for a fact it is those ports, then just go get a whole new port assembly for your case. Is what I would do, honestly. Unless you're good with a soldering iron or something, and you can get in there and like tear the whole thing apart and like rebuild it yourself. You probably buy one really cheap, especially if it's a case like this, like a fractal design case. You can literally just pop that module out and replace it. Like it's all self-contained. And I think it is in most cases. There might be a couple cases where they just injection mold it right into the case, but I think most of them use a module on the backside where they might cut the holes in the case, but behind it, it's actually something that's physically screwed into place that you can just remove and swap out. Hey Bernie, thank you so much, man, for all the support today. I appreciate that.
The heart. Thank you. Yeah.
Robert Taylor said gold was 2,100 back in February of 1980. Oh, wow. Okay, so that was back when the mega gold rush. So gold went down quite a bit and hasn't quite recovered all the way. I didn't know that. I kind of figured that gold was like as expensive as it's ever been, but apparently that's not true. The 80s were, so get yourself a time machine. Need a DeLorean and a Mr. Fusion. Alex said, is there a way to get the system tray on every screen in Windows 10 instead of the primary? I go full screen on the primary display when using shitrix for work. I don't know what he's referring to as shitrix. But
there was some software that would do that, but it was like a paid thing. It was like, what do they call it? Window blinds or something like that?
Yeah, window blinds will do it. There is a way that you can do it with a registry hack too. I can't remember which one it is, where you basically, where you set the primary monitor, you basically just say all three monitors are the primary monitor when it comes to the little tray, the tray icons. Citrix. Well, wait, if he's running Citrix full screen, then how's he in Windows? I'm confusing, because isn't Citrix its own operating system?
VM?
Oh, maybe he's running a VM. No, that actually makes sense. The other thing that you could do is there is a way that you can actually just get the taskbar on the primary monitor. And then what you do is you just make your left or your right monitor the primary monitor. And then it'll just move the bar over there along with all the icons. And then you just won't have the bar on the other two monitors. But it doesn't really matter if you're full screening apps on them. It doesn't matter. So that's a little bit of a workaround. It's kind of a stupid one, but it'd probably serve you well if you want to be able to see those tray icons. Oh my gosh. Let's see, scrolling up here. I don't think we missed anybody there. Cool. So we can actually start jumping into some of the other topics. Yeah, although you know what? You should tell them a little bit more about your move. Well, I go and drop trow real quick because this coffee wants to escape my anus like at hyper velocity. So I'll be back here in just a few minutes, guys. AuxxZillary, you have the con.
Well, thank you, sir. RTX cards were ever unreliable? Not individually that I'm aware of. Sometimes you can get some pretty bad throttling if you're stacking the Founders Edition ones. They're not really the dual fan or even like the EVGA triple fan XC style aren't really built for multi GPU setup. You want blower style for that. RTX makes my gaming chat sound bad and crackling. It is still beta, the RTX voice thing, so your mileage may vary. I've found it to be outstanding, and I have a 1080 Ti, and it works super duper. I think some 2080 Ti were DOA when they came out. Not anymore, as far as I know. Maybe I don't know that it was any significant amount. Any thoughts on the new Nvidia Ampere? No. I'd fall back on my default opinion and just wait for it to come out, wait for real benchmarks. Don't believe the hype. Thoughts on Hackintoshing? Go for it. It's pretty cool. I know though that it's baked into the OS that you can't use Nvidia graphics cards, so be aware. You have to use AMD graphics cards. I can't remember exactly at what point, but it's in the last few years. How'd you get your beard like that? I stopped shaving. Like literally, which I know is super flippant, but honest to goodness, so like if you're first off, if you're young, like under 20 or so, I would say, and this is just from my own personal experience with growing facial hair, your first go at growing a beard or a mustache or whatever is going to be terrible. It's just going to be bad. Do it anyway. Get a feel, grow it out 6 weeks, 3 months, like let it go and see how your beard grows. Not everybody can do a full on monster like this. Some people are only going to be able to do like a goatee because like their cheeks come in super patchy. And honest to goodness, there's probably not a lot you can do about it. You can get those fucking things that like rub on your cheeks or whatever to try and like inspire the growth or whatever. But dude, genetics is going to be a big part of it. Sorry, too bad. Eat your vegetables, honest to goodness, vitamins, like having a healthy body is going to make for good, and that's just good hair all around. But yeah, let it go for a few months, see how it grows, and then you can determine what kind of beard you can do. Not everybody can do a full-on monster like this, and that's just something you'll have to emotionally accept. Too bad. Sorry. Uh, I was given a gift with that beard. Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. In the army, they make you shave every morning, even if you have no growth. It grows more then. So that's not entirely true. It looks like it does, but what's happening is the hair follicles aren't as like pointed, and you're just continually looking at a thicker. Like imagine it's like a tree branch or like a baby plant, right? The base of the plant is thicker, right? And it tapers toward the top. That's how your hair is, through friction and rubbing and things, it grows kind of to a point. And so as you shave, you're just coming down to that base thickness, and that's why it looks like it comes in thicker. But yeah. Why so early stream in the afternoon? Just convenient. How do you shave? Razor or electric trimmer? When I did shave, I used a double edge safety razor. Hands down, the best shave you'll ever gonna get outside of a straight edge. But I get nervous. I let a professional do a straight edge cut. Yeah. Um, Yeah, dude, hands down, double-edged safety razor. They're cheap, 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 cheap. You can get like 100 blades for like $10. I am a cold water shaver. Splash, splash. Like so, you come out of the shower, splash cold water on your face. I did 2 passes. One with the grain, right, with the grain, and then rinse, soap up again, and then against the grain. And dude, best soft. Oh, best shave you're ever gonna get, hands down. Don't bother. If you're gonna get like a Gillette or like one of the name brand ones, you don't really need more than their standard Mach 3. That's a really really good razor. I used that forever until I moved on to the double edged safety razor. Yep. You missed Cash comment about Ubuntu. Oh, I'm sorry. Ubuntu 20 LTS is looking awesome. Your thoughts? I have no idea. I am not a Linux person. I didn't even know it existed. So I'm sorry. But thank you for the $2 GTR 385. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And I apologize that I don't know anything at all about Linux, except that I do recognize that Ubuntu is a flavor of Linux. Do you guys remember a program called Object Dock, and it will work with Windows 10? That sounds very familiar. Something about like organizing your desktop and stuff with that. AuxxZillary, the standoff, extra protection wire razors are perfect for down there. Oh, okay. Good to know. Good to know. USB front ports always short the fuck out. I have never had any problem, but I'm sure it's fairly common. Why do people still use Windows 10? It sucks big time. I don't know why people complain so much about Windows 10. It works just fine for me. I've never had any. In fact, I have really personally have had literally no problems no hassle, no raised blood pressure when it comes to Windows of any flavor since 98, Windows 98. What's your workout regimen like? I don't have one. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. People complain, and it's gonna come. People, right? They're gonna bitch and moan about like, oh, my privacy, blah blah blah, and then are gonna walk around with a cell phone, and like, come on. Like, if you're really worried about your information being gobbled up and sold and moved and given up, you're gonna have to unplug completely from everything. Like, look,
Talking about absolute security.
Well, people complaining about Windows 10. Like, what are you going to complain about?
It steals your data.
And
it steals your data and it sends it to people.
So does your cell phone. Like,
yeah, but I don't care if Apple does it because they're cuter and they make better devices. So,
yeah, right. They're not doing anything evil with it. My ass.
They've never stole my data. They've never stole my data ever. They're so good.
Okay. The federal government has been sniffing at your email since the early 90s. Okay, seriously, the feds.
Oh, I know.
The FBI has been reading your email since you were born. I mean, or whatever, how old you may be. Since you plugged into the internet, people have been gobbling up your data forever. There's a quote by a guy from Sun Microsystems about privacy, and it is the best. It's the best. I think it was Sun Microsystems. About internet privacy. You have no privacy. Okay, so here's the guy. His name is Scott. Scott McNeely.
I know that name.
I think he may have been some bigwig at Sun Microsystems back in the 90s. I think he said this, early 90s. You have zero privacy. Get over it.
I don't know about zero. I don't know about zero, but it's not great. It's not great. Privacy is not anything that's connected to a digital device is subject to interrogation. It is like that. The whole point of your device being connected to a service is for it to communicate with that device and know where it is, what it's doing. I mean, that's the whole point, right? Analytics is everything. Now, here's the thing where I think I diverge with you just a little bit. Is that Windows being a full-blown desktop operating system, I like to preserve as much privacy as humanly possible, obviously. If I'm writing code and stuff like that, I don't want that like stolen and intellectual property like ripped off. I don't want, what's that movie, Anti-Theft or Antitrust? Yeah, it's like Antitrust. Sure. I don't want like, the webcam like sneaking over my shoulder and like stealing all my codes and shit like that. So I do believe that there are privacy barriers that should exist. However, anything that's online, there's no privacy. Like your Gmail, you literally agree to the EULA when you create a Gmail account saying that they are allowed to electronically profile all of your information to better their anti-response system, better their anti-spam filters. They put a whole bunch of reasons in there, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. They have that data. They can do whatever they want with. In 5 years, 10 years, they can take that data from the last 10 years and go run it through a completely new algorithm and a completely new AI and a completely new learning model and get a completely different result out of it. And I'd even wager that there'll be a point where they'll be able to just point at your email, read all your emails over the last 10 years and be able to create an AI that can respond as you super convincingly. Like all the way down to like what your mood is based on the weather patterns of the time of year and the time of day. I mean, there's so many things that you can glean from it.
My cell phone keyboard, I use Swift Key keyboard. That's its entire gimmick. Is that it will give me text prediction based on my speech patterns, the words that I use, and the way that I type messages out. That's its whole gimmick, is to pretend to be me.
Yep. I like Kevlar. He's like, free Mitnick, free Mitnick, free Mitnick. Hey, does Kevin Mitnick can touch computers again, right? He was the one that used to hack like everything back in the late 80s, 90s, right? I think Kevin Mitnick, he was the one that actually had to go to jail and no access to computers, right? Because he was just everything he touched, he could hack. Like there's no system he couldn't social engineer. He's crazy.
Oh, my lady's the best in the world. I love my woman so much.
Oh, did you just get a breakfast drop?
Yeah, man, I got eggs, a big spoonful of peanut butter, and banana bread.
Oh shit, son! Yeah. I got bread and butter. It's like a prison over here. Actually, I specifically asked Miss Barnacules for I specifically asked Miss Barnacules for toast. She'd make me anything I wanted. She loves me. She loves me. Yeah, Mitnick was pretty crazy. Like Mitnick was pretty crazy because he wouldn't just hack. He didn't just hack like any old computer systems. He'd go after like cable internet providers. He'd go after or television broadcast companies. He even went after like I think he was one of the people on the forefront of phreaking too, if I remember right. The 2600 movement and stuff.
I wish I had been in the. I was like born basically. I was 86, right? I wish I had been able to be in that scene when it was I would have been a phreaker for sure. I would have been that kind of a hacker dude.
I think we're past the statute of limitations. I could probably talk about some of the shit I did when I was a teenager. So yeah, no, I was a part of that movement. I was really big into like the anarchist cookbook, terrorist handbook, reading all that shit. Frack magazine, all 2600.
2600, yeah.
Yeah. I used to go to Radio Shack. I had a beige box and a red box that I built myself so I could do quarter tones, and it worked great. It worked for years and years and years. Although rumor has it that Mitnick could actually generate a quarter tone with his mouth. I don't know how much truth how much truth there is to that, but he actually got to a point where he could actually do a quarter tone with his voice. And I always thought that was pretty damn cool. So yeah, if you guys don't know, phreaking is anything to do with the phone system. Hacking is anything to do with a computer system. And there are places where there's a gray area where they do like start like overlapping, like for instance PBX hacking, right? PBX used to be like the backbones of companies' telephone systems. Like Boeing had one, and I used to call my friend Jake, who when he lived in Oregon, it was a long distance call, and we didn't have a long distance carrier provider, so we couldn't even make a long distance call. If you tried, you'd just get a weird tone, right? You couldn't call. So what I did is I'd call up Boeing had a PBX in Bremerton, Washington that was local to me. I called it up and it only had a 4-digit passcode to gain access to the PBX system. So I just war dialed it every night for like 7 days and tried every single combination of code until I got the tone saying that I was into the system, and then my machine recorded it. And then I called up and then I could use that code for about a week or so to call my friend Jake. But then the problem is after about a week, and sometimes it could be as little as just a few hours, somebody will jump into the conference call while you're talking to them. And then as soon as they do that, they can tell that it's been compromised. They report it and it gets shut down like within an hour. So
there was I can't remember who the interview was with, but it was one of the older hackers like around Mitnick and things like that. And I think he was calling. It was like a phone interview. The guy was in like Brazil or something. But as he's talking with the reporter, he goes like, "Hang on, just a second." Like puts him on hold. And then like a minute or so later, he's back on the line, but he sounds like he's a million miles away. He sounds really, really quiet. And he goes, "Dude, I'm bouncing this call through like 7 other countries from like, there's like a way back in the day, there was like a way you could trick the phone line to stay open. You would call somebody. Yep. And get them, and they would like stay quiet. They would hang up. The line would stay open for a few seconds, but you could wiggle the phone to go, and it would trick the main phone system to stay open. Then you could call someone else, and it would look like the phone call was coming from the person you originally called. But you could do that multiple times, and your phone call looks like it's bounced. The line is like actually open between all of these different fucking things. It's super cool, man. That old school hacking was like, it's just super. It gives me goosebumps.
Dude, the system was the system was so broken back then. But the thing is, hackers are the very reason why the system's secure today. It wouldn't be like here's how unsecure the system was where I grew up. So we used to go to payphones, and there's a couple different ways that you could get a free phone call from a payphone. The one that I used the most, that lasted the longest, surprisingly, and this is one that I can't believe was never shut down, is you used to be able to do a collect call, and what you do with the collect calls, you'd hit 0. And then the operator would come on and say, "I want to make a collect call." And then you'd give them a phone number to a Canadian number. So you just give them a Canadian number. It could be any number, just area code, the number, the area code, and you say, "Call this Canadian number." And then what happens is they patch it through, and then it starts to ring. And then like on the second ring, it pops up in an automated telephone system, says, the number that you are trying to call collect, or because you say it's a collect call and they call them, it's like the number that you are trying to call collect is not available or something like that. And then it kicks back to the operator, and the operator goes, "Okay, you're authorized. You've been authorized. What number do you want to call?" And then you can either just type the number on the pad, or you can tell her the number and she'll connect you, and it'll charge the call to that Canadian number. And this worked for like years. Like, this was my number. I used it even more than I used the red box to generate quarter tones, because you could call greater distances. You could call outside the country. You can make international calls and shit. It was crazy. And that worked forever. That one worked probably all the way up until payphones were pretty much dead. Like the first generation of cell phones. I use that one all the time.
Because of the whole 2600 thing, right? The tone. That's why we have dual tone dial tones now. It's like so that you can't trick the thing into thinking that it's connected and that kind of thing. It's so cool.
Yeah, like, did you ever hear of jackpotting? So I only ever did that once, because after I did it, I felt like total shit, and I was like, I wanted to give it back because I felt like, I crossed the line. But when I was about, I think I was 17 years old, because I had my driver's license, and I remember I drove to a payphone, nobody else was around, and I called up the operator, and I told the operator basically that I'd put $1 into the phone. And the operator was like, no, you didn't put $1 into the phone. And I'd say, no, I did put $1 into the phone. And I said, okay, hold on, here, I'll put in another $1. And then while she was on the line, I would take my red box and just go, and she'd go, okay, we show here that you put $1 in. And I was like, okay, so now I put $2 into the phone. I was like, but I don't want to put $2 in the phone. Can I get my $1 back? And she'd go, okay, hold on, let me refund you. And she'd do a thing, and it'd be like, chink, 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 and 4 quarters would fall down into the slot on the phone. And I remember taking that out, and I was like, and then I just hung up and I ran away, because I got really freaked out, because I was like, at that point, it's like, it's real theft, right? I tangibly took money away from that machine, and it freaked me out, and it made me like really, really fucking freak out. And
I imagine you could have done it without social engineering the operator, right?
There is a way to do it on some phones, but I couldn't with this one. I tried.
Like, you'd play the quarter tone.
Yep, and then hang up, and then it would just give you your money back. It didn't work. Yeah, right. And it didn't work. And I think that they, at that point, they had some protection against it, but because it was to the operator for some reason, whatever system the operator was using versus the automated system, or maybe she was just listening to the tones and she was just assuming I put $1 into it. Like, I don't know, but it worked the one time. And I never did it again after that, because I literally felt like I was ripping them off. I also jackpotted a soda machine and a coin. The coin machine, I did it there. So there was a little arcade in Silverdale, Washington. There was a mall out there, and they had this arcade called Silver Coin. And it was like my favorite arcade growing up. We didn't have a lot of arcades even back then where I lived. So this was a big deal to go to the mall and go to Silver Coin. And they had like Daytona USA, Virtual Fighter, like all the really new 3D games at the time, right? State of the art. Well, the problem was all the games were super duper expensive to play, and I was poor as shit. I mean, literally, even back then, it was like 50 cents a play to play like Daytona USA. And it's like, back then that was a lot of money. So what I did was the packing tape trick, and it still works today on the older coin machines. The new ones, they now have a fault mechanism, an interference line that comes in. And if it hits the interference line, then it doesn't work. But the old machines, all you did, and it works on soda machines and on vending machines that are older. It won't work on a new one, but you literally take a piece of packing tape that's a little over twice the length of a $1 bill, or you can do it with a 5. If the machine will take a 5, you can do it with a 5 or a 20 too. But just take a $1 bill, you lay it flat on the packing tape, and then you fold the packing tape back over on the top of it so that you have about another $1's length of a little over $1's length of tape off the back of the bill. And it's flat, and then you take scissors and you just trim it right to the edge of the bill. And then what you do is you cut a little hole in the back of the tape and then fold it over with another piece of tape so that you can get your finger through it. Like, so you have a finger hole. And you can do it without the finger hook, but some of the machines can really get a grip on it and still pull it away from you. And then if it pulls it away from you, it jams up the machine and you can't try again. It literally breaks the machine until they come and get it. So what you do is you put the $1 in there, and it goes, and it pulls it up to the tape through the thing, and then it goes about another half a bill, and then it'll kick it out a little bit and suck it back in, and then you'll hear it start making the noise, the little ching ching ching, and you just fucking reef on it as hard as you can and rip the $1 bill back through the whole mechanism. So basically, you just slide it back through everything and you get your $1 back, and then it'll say that it's got $1 in the machine. And so you just sit there, and and it's not actually that loud either, so it doesn't draw a lot of attention. As a matter of fact, I did this even at my junior high school I went to, Hawkins Middle School. We didn't do it all the time because we didn't want to get busted, and if they noticed that all the soda was missing and there's no money, they obviously investigate, right? So every once in a while we'd go over there and stick that thing in there, just to usually to show off to somebody like, I don't believe you can get a soda for free. You want to bet? And just feed that thing in. But you had to be just right, because if it got up to the thing and it'd do the final motion to put the dollar into the coin box and you let it get too far, the rollers would get such a grip on that dollar bill that it would just reef your finger into the damn coin slot and then rip the tape. So you have to fish it back. Like you get used to it. It's like you hear that sound right when it kicks the bill back just a little bit, and then it goes forward again. It makes a noise, and then when it makes a noise, you just fucking yank that thing back like you're ripping the cord on your lawnmower, and you get your dollar back, and the machine registers that it has $1, and you can just keep doing that over and over and over again until there's like 10 or 15 bucks in the machine, and then everybody in line can just walk up and just hit a button and get a free soda. So shit like that used to work. I almost got caught at a car wash once because I tried to use the saltwater method. Didn't work, by the way. So one of the things, I think it was in the Anarchist Cookbook. I want to say it was an Anarchist Cookbook that said that the coin change machines used some kind of inductive thing that would detect if a coin was real or not. Basically, it ran an electrical current through the coin that would determine the denomination of the currency. At least the specific type of machine that I was targeting, and it was the only one I could ever find was at a car wash. And so you take a little squirt gun with salt water in it, like you make it really heavy, salt water, and you go and you basically just spray it in the coin mech until the machine starts just detecting that there's coins in there, and then basically you just hit the refund button. You don't click it, you hit the refund button, and then it drops a bunch of coins out the bottom. And I never could get it to work. Like I sat there for about 5 minutes looking around, making sure nobody's coming to the car wash. It was like 11 o'clock at night, and I'm all, come on, give me some quarters. Nothing. It never actually worked, but I remember that was one of the methods that was advertised that I tried that didn't work. Most of them worked though. Like most of the stuff that I did try actually worked when I was young. So that one I could never get working though. The salt water and the coin mech never worked. And then I feel bad for whoever had to come fix that coin mech later on, because I'm sure all that salt water just like corroded the whole inside of that thing like solid. Man, kids are such assholes. Like I feel bad for all of it now. It's like growing up, but it's like when you're a kid, you do stupid shit. It's all part of the learning process. But yeah, I did. So I did that one. I did the red box thing all the time. The PBX was the PBX and the collect calling were the easiest ones to do because you didn't have to physically have hardware on you. So if like a cop stopped you or somebody started asking questions, there wasn't anything physically on your body that would prove that you were doing anything malicious. Whereas carrying around a red box or a beige box, people start getting a little worried. Sure. So do you remember the beige box? It's the easiest of all the boxes to make.
The beige one. I remember like red and blue boxing. Like you could basically make your own lineman phone essentially, and wire yourself to the main line up above the house, kind of a deal.
Yeah,
yeah.
So that was the beige box. You basically go buy a $9 Conair phone from Walmart or Kmart at the time, and you just cut the end off of it and put alligator clips. On it, and then you could just walk up to any house because every single house had that little box with like the sheet, and the lock wasn't really a lock; it was just like a pin that you just pulled out and twist. Yeah, it was like a paper clip, and so you could just walk up like your neighbor's house, or if you're walking down the street and you notice nobody was home, you just walk up and pop the box open on the side of the thing, clip on your 2 alligator clips, and make the calls. And you could. And I didn't use that one that much. I actually used that one growing up in Gorst, Washington, my neighbor's house. I'd go down there when they were out of town for the week because they'd always tell us, "Oh, we're going to be out of town for the week." So I'd go down there, and I didn't even make long distance calls. I'd just go hook up to it because I thought it was cool. Sure. Like it's just cool. You're like sitting outside next to a house with nobody home, and you're like making phone calls like off of their phone. So I always thought that was like that was kind of funny. And no harm ever came of it. But the problem with the beige box is if somebody's home and you don't know they're there, and they pick up the phone to make a call, you'll just be sitting there talking to somebody. All of a sudden you're
because you're on the line,
and then they're, hello, who's there? And then you're like disconnecting your line, hoping you can run away before they get you. Kevlar said I was installing a PBX system in my new house until I hacked Cron PBX by accident. They are one number off. I'm not familiar with Cron's PBX. I mean, PBXs are still used today. It's just they're a lot harder to hack now because they're longer codes and they get found immediately when they're hacked. They're monitored.
News station KRON.
Oh, okay, got it.
I'm guessing, but considering what I know of Kevlar's past, that makes sense that it would be the KRON news.
Oh, the TV station. Okay, you're right.
I was right.
Hey, Naota, thank you for the $5 super chat. He said, hack the planet, mess with the best, die like the rest, acid burns. Hacker best movie. What was the name of the movie? What was the really bad name? It wasn't Acid Burn. It was was it Crash Overdrive?
Crash override.
Crash override, yeah.
Because he didn't want to go by his old handle of Zero Cool, because he was famous for that. So he starts typing Zero Cool and then backs up and calls himself Crash Override.
Dude, that's hilarious.
I love that movie so much.
Like, what was the password? The password on the system? I was like God or something like that.
God was one of them that they talk about. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. GTR35, thank you for that $2 tip earlier. He said Ubuntu 20 LTS is looking awesome. Your thoughts? I haven't even heard of it. Wait, is Ubuntu doing a limited serviceability thing like Microsoft did? Is that what the LTS is?
Oh, yeah, somebody was asking about that. The 20.
Here, I'm opening it up. I'm gonna take a look at it. Ubuntu releases. Okay, so focal fossa. All right, what's the claim to fame with this bad boy? Here, I'll just download the ISO and fuck with it later.
Oh,
okay, we get a live support. Server, desktop operating. They got a desktop operating system version. Oh, they got multiple ISOs.
Linus Tech Socks.
All right, I'm downloading it right now. I'll take a look at it here after the stream. I'm curious because I haven't had a Linux VM running in a while, and I really do want to bring one online. I think it'd be awesome. Start fucking with Linux a little bit. Oh, LTS is long-term support. Oh, okay. So it's basically like their version they're committing to for a long time. Way to go, Linux. They never do that. Linux never does that. They're all about the next version, the next version, the next version. So it's kind of cool that they're committing to a long-term support version. They're still going to patch it, though, right? I'm assuming they're just not going to do any major revisions. Doc Murdoch, thank you for the question. He said he has an easy cap U3 capture attached to a new Lumix G7, and I'm getting an intermittent black line across the top of the screen, but not with my Canon T5 or Vixia R72 ideas. That almost sounds like your Luminix is having a problem holding the frequency. Like it seems like there's like it's 59.9 hertz instead of 60 hertz or something. It's just slightly off, and then that's manifesting as a line. I'd be curious what Adam thinks about that one, though. Because it works fine with the Canon, but it doesn't work fine with the Luminix. You're using the same cable on both? The same HDMI cable, I'm guessing? I would go in and mess with the settings. I'd go into the Luminix G7 settings and see if you can mess around with the frequency on the HDMI output. And also make sure that it doesn't have anything like overscan or anything like that enabled. I know some of the cameras will do that, so you can plug it into a TV. Let's see here. You'll have a Linux PC in 5 years, MSFT migration plan. Oh yeah, Adam, you know me. I've been preaching that for years. Like Microsoft is absolutely 100% on the path to replace the Windows kernel with Linux. It'll still be Windows 10. It'll just be Linux under the blankets instead of a proprietary kernel. And how? It'll happen. I'm still completely convinced of it. Microsoft won't fess up to it, though. I've tried to get them to fess up to it multiple times. Even talked to people there. Everybody's giving me the silent treatment on it, but it's pretty damn obvious that's what they're doing. Let's see here. Neoda, thank you so much for that support again, buddy. We really do appreciate that. Let's see what's going on with. Are you talking to somebody in chat?
They mentioned something is credited as the real Hackers 2 is called War Games: The Dead Code. Would that not be a cheeseball sequel to War Games, like with the Whopper and the global thermonuclear war?
Do you want to play global thermonuclear war?
I think they did actually have a sequel, Hackers 2.
Did they really?
And I believe it's called.
I don't think I ever saw it.
Takedown, I think, is.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, Takedown. It doesn't have the same guys though, does it?
No, of course not.
See the story of the capture of computer hacker Kevin Mitnick.
Oh, whatever. Okay, never mind. I don't know what.
Yeah, I'd say this is Hackers. Still looks like it's worth watching though. I'm about to go check this out.
Whatever.
I haven't seen Hackers in forever though.
Shika Dance. Thank you for the $10. He's laughing with a laughing lemon.
Oh, dude, there was a TV series in 2016 for Hackers.
Of Hackers?
Yeah, they did one season in 2016. Hackers, the TV show.
I'll have to check that out.
But we all know the real Hackers TV show is Mr. Robot. If you haven't seen Mr. Robot, that one dives deep and actually focuses on real shit.
I did like that one.
It's really good. Like it's gotten I haven't watched much of the current season, but I know season 2 it started getting really out there. But all the technology they use and everything on that show is pretty well vetted. Like you see actual Linux screens, you see actual scripts, you see actual things. Okay. It's actually very realistic. Hey, Shika Dance, thank you for that $10. Is that the dancing lemon? It looks like he's doing something other than dancing though. There.
Oh, I thought he was laughing. Yeah, he's laughing.
I don't know. Look at his arm. His arms are. I don't know what's going on down there. Is there an eggplant down there that we don't know about?
Ha.
Oh, Kevlar said it sucked. Sometimes I like shitty movies though. I'll be honest. Like there are movies that I watch that are like intentionally shitty movies, and that's what makes them good. Like that's actually what makes a good movie sometimes is just how shitty it is, how unserious it takes itself. But yeah, Mr. Robot, if you want to watch like a real hacker show, now granted the storyline gets a little bit weird. But Hackers does pride itself on actually bringing in real InfoSec people and using real tactics. Like when you see them doing stuff like dropping USB thumb drives and stuff in parking lots, to get people to pick them up and take them in and plug them in inside of the building shit. Those are all very real tactics that are used in real life even today. As a matter of fact, that used to happen at Microsoft all the time. We actually had a standing policy at Microsoft that if you find any storage device laying on the ground, immediately bring it to the front desk. And they wouldn't even send out a thing saying, "Oh, if you lost your thumb drive, come recover it." No, they were putting it in a bucket and they were destroyed because they couldn't run the risk, right? I mean, if somebody like lost their thumb drive, that's on them. Like you can't run the risk of somebody picking that up and trying to plug it in the computer to figure out who it belonged to, because all you have to do is plug it in. It auto starts. Because most of the Windows boxes have, auto run on insert. Although I think they've mitigated that now in Windows 10. But yeah, it used to be in Windows 7, Windows Vista, everything. It was auto run on insert. And that auto run would just automatically start running a bunch of scripts. And it'd be a bunch of background shit that you didn't even know was happening to your box. Next thing you know, you're rooted. And now they have remote access to a domain joined Microsoft box. So that's a really, really easy way to gain access to a network. Halt and Catch Fire is the very best. Oh, here, let me look this one up.
Is that that's a TV show?
Yeah, TV series. Halt and Catch Fire. When was this out? Let me see. What's the dates? Wow, they don't even hardly have any part of a Wikipedia page. They barely got the title.
TV series. Click there. There's another link that takes you to the TV
Oh, there it
series,
is. Right? I see it. Okay. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Halt and Catch Fire is an American period drama television series created by Christopher Cantwell. It aired on the cable network AMC from June 1st, 2014 to 2017. Oh, wow. Okay, so it was on for a long time. How did I never see this? It was literally on for years. Let's see here. Halt and Catch Fire debuted generally favorable reviews, though many reviewers initially found it derivative of other series such as Mad Men. In each subsequent season, the series grew to acclaim. Huh. Okay, well, this actually looks pretty good. I'm trying to find the synopsis here. Is it up at the top? In season 1, the company Cardiff Electric makes its first foray into personal computing with entrepreneur Joe McMillan running a project to build an IBM PC clone. Okay, this sounds cool. Halt and Catch Fire is on my list of things to watch, definitely. Thanks for sharing that one, dude. Jazz Wolf, thank you for the $2. Said, think my question got lost in chat before. Here, let me scroll up and see if I can find it. Was it in chat or was it in the super chat? Because I have them in two different windows. Let me scroll up here. See if I can find it. Did you tag us? Let me see. Scroll. I'm looking at all the tagged comments. Because we can only see it if you tag us. If you like at AuxxZillary or you at Barnacules. Yeah. That's the only way we're going to be able to see you in that chat. Let me keep scrolling here. I do not see it tagged. So if you ask the question like without tagging either of us, then that's probably why it didn't get seen. I apologize, sir. Hey, GTR35, thank you for the $2. We do appreciate all that support, guys. Julian, what is up? Julian said there are also fake USB keys that identify themselves as keyboards and where you can script the input. Yeah, actually, we used to fuck with those all the time at Microsoft. One of the funnest things that we did was there was this device. I can't remember what the hell it was called. They were cheap. You could buy them on Amazon for, I want to say like $5. But it was basically a little USB key, but it was tiny. So like if you plugged it into the port, you almost couldn't see it. It was like flush with the port. And what you did is it just had a little script on it. You'd plug it in, you could edit it, and then you activated it. When you plugged it in, it would just simulate a mouse and a keyboard. And it would just randomly enter a keystroke every once in a while, and it would randomly move the mouse. And so we'd go and buy those, and we'd just plug them into people's machines, and they'd be sitting there working, and like, or they'd come into the conference room, and we'd slip one into the laptop while they were getting set up, and they'd just be sitting there like trying to give the demo, and the mouse would just start doing this, and then like the keyboard would just start inputting like random characters and numbers, like while they were typing. It was actually pretty cool. I wrote a software version of it too that just used software. I didn't need anything to plug into the computer, but it was pretty damn cool. They probably still make them today. I can't remember what they're called though, but they were super, super cheap. Was it a rubber ducky? Is that what they were called? That does sound familiar.
We got 20 pounds from YouTube visitor. You're an inspiration, Jerry. Love to you and your family during these difficult times.
Thank you so much. We really do appreciate that support. JP, thank you for that $2. Jazz Wolf, thank you for another $2. We really appreciate that. So what's the biggest hang up for a Linux as a desktop? No support for a lot of apps that people need.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, for me, it's Adobe. Like I use a lot of Adobe software still. And I'm trying to get off the Adobe crack, but unfortunately, whenever I try, it just slows down. It slows me down to a point where I just get frustrated. So until I can get to a point where I'm comfortable with other software, then I'll be good. But in the meantime, unless they have to support Adobe and DirectX 12, a lot of games that I play are DirectX 12 and linked to Windows 10. So obviously, I'm not going to play those. And people are like, oh, but you can just run Wine and DXVK and all this stuff. It's like I don't want to set up a whole bunch of other stuff just to lose performance. Like. It doesn't make any sense for me to run Linux as a primary operating system when I use Windows as the primary operating system. It makes more sense for me to run Linux as the VM. Honestly. Hey, Shoenice, thank you for that membership. I appreciate that, bro. What's up, dude? Is that the real that can't be the real Shoenice. Is that the real Shoenice?
Wolf71 says it was a super chat question.
Hold on. Was it super chat?
That perhaps we missed.
Well, let me scroll up the top. Let me go through. So let's see here. Neota. Shadeless Reject. Let's see here. Bernie, Chorzo, Cruz, Bernie, Dingo. What was the name again?
Jazz Wolf 71.
He said, hey guys, took the day off of work. I could finally see a live show. We did respond to that one. So let me keep scrolling and see if there's another one. He said, hey, Aux. Oh, here we go. This might be it. He said, oh, wow, this is a $10 one. How did we miss this? He said, hey, Aux, was wondering if you know of a store or supply chain that I could find a good LGA 1155 Mobo. All I can find is our cheap 2-stick DDR3 boards out of China.
LGA 1155?
Yeah, so LGA 1155. Where can you find a good one that isn't the usual Chinese garbage?
Let's see. It says Sandy Bridge and Ivy Bridge type sockets. eBay, I suppose. That way you're not having to go. Oh
shit, that is the real Shoenice. I'll be damned. Oh man, well, it's an honor to have you. If you guys don't know who Shoenice22 is in chat, you should probably go follow him. He's one of the OG YouTubers, my friends. Have you seen Shoenice?
I think so. Mm-mm.
Dude, he's like a human goat. The fucker can eat anything. He'll eat anything, like literally anything. Like he'll eat a fucking roll of toilet paper. He'll chug a bottle of the hottest Tabasco on earth. Like there is nothing that man can't put into his body and survive. So and it's strangely addictive to watch. Shu, have you been gone for a while? Because I haven't seen you popping up in my feed, buddy. I just checked. I'm subscribed. I guess I got to ring this little fucking bell or something. I rang your bell, good buddy, because I want to see. Let's see. What's your last video? Shoenice Moonshine. Oh, that's a year ago. Those are your old videos. What do you got that's new here? Let me pull this up. Okay, so a week ago you eat 250 grams of orange peels.
Wow.
Oh my god, eating raw steak, three quarters of a pound of raw steak and egg breakfast. Oh my god. Cinnamon saltine cracker challenge. Oh Jesus.
That's my favorite. Right. Man, try to eat six saltine crackers in 60 seconds. I tried doable.
That. You can't.
My brother's done it a couple times. It is totally doable, but it is very hard. It is very hard.
I tried it. I couldn't do it. I tried it with my friend Jake like years and years ago, and I could not do it. It ended up just pulling all the moisture out of my mouth, and all I did was just like a cardboard chunk came out of my mouth.
Shoenice says he did a whole sleeve in 3 minutes 30 seconds. That's amazing. I don't know how many are supposed to be in a sleeve, but just based off of what I know of 6 in a minute, like that's an achievement. Like that's amazing.
So crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, but check out Shoenice. He's definitely an entertainer.
Cool.
He's definitely an entertainer, and I've been watching you for 10 plus years, probably more than 10 years, dude. Because I remember watching like your really early stuff too. Like, what was the one where you went to a university? I watched one where you went to a university and you ate something that was like you were like out in the courtyard and you did some kind of challenge out there, and I thought that you had like the dean of admissions out there. Or some shit. It was really old. It was a long time ago. But and he'll chug like alcohol. He'll drink like a whole fifth of anything. Like you just he'll chug the whole thing down in like 2 seconds. Like how you shotgun a beer, he'll shotgun just like tequila. It's crazy. I don't know how do you not die, Shu? That's what I want to know is like how do you not die? Like it seems like a lot of the stuff that you do would like kill lesser men. I think that's kind of the point, but still. Hey Joshua Boyd, thank you for the $2, man. We appreciate that. He chained himself to a fountain. I've been uploading 10 years this December. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. I was born with the stomach of a billy goat. Yeah, dude, I watched a video where you ate like a whole roll of toilet paper, and I was like cringing the whole time. Like I was like, how the fuck do you do that? Like, how do you just eat a roll of toilet paper? It's crazy. Anyways, check him out. I'm honored that you'd stop by, brother. I'm honored that you'd stop by because you are OG internet, man. You're from a YouTube that died a long time ago that needs to come back. So I'm glad to see that you're still at it. Keep on doing it, man. Keep on doing it. Wait, that was your first video? Because I do believe that was the first one I saw was where you ate the roll of toilet paper. Dude, it's crazy. Like, and I can't even think, for some reason I can't think off the top of my head, but you've eaten way crazier shit, like stuff that I thought would kill you. Like I didn't know you could actually survive some of the stuff that you're actually eating. What is this? Let's see here. Eating all the apple challenge. What is it? Eating buns. Sticky buns.
I eat entire apples all the time. Like we're talking the core, the stem, the seeds, everything. That's what else are you supposed to do when you got nowhere to throw the thing? You just eat it. Like it's not that big a deal. That's but some of that other stuff, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean he eats like he does like normal food challenges too, but it's just like I don't know, man. Like some of the shit that he eats and drinks. The alcohol is the thing I don't get. Like I don't know how you just break a seal on like like a fifth of something and just chug it and not die of alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, right.
Like all I can think of is that he just has a digestive system that he just does not ingest it. Like it just passes through him and just. I mean, when he shits, is it fire? Like do you literally shit fire after doing that? That's crazy, man. It's fucking crazy. Oh, when I was married on opiates. Oh man, that sucks. I know what that is. I've had to take opiates for the last 11 years. That shit's no fun. Well, it's fun at first, and then it becomes no fun. So could you only do that shit when you were like super high on opiates, or like can you still do it like not being all crazy jacked up? Hey, what's up, Pup Shepherd? Thank you for that $2 super chat. I'm curious. I want to know if that was like powered by drugs. Was that some Steve-O shit?
Amazon, they sent pants. That's cute.
Wait, who said that?
Pup Shepherd with his $2.
They sent pants. Yeah, things
stuff.
are breaking down at Amazon, dude. It's the whole human malware.
But I wish I have never once received like the wrong thing or like I want to order an iPad and end up with a box of them or something. You know, like come on.
Oh, you've never had a screwed up order?
No. I've had things like show up late or whatever, but I've never received something that I didn't order.
Okay, because I've had the multiple count thing happen to me a few times, but it's usually not on the super expensive items. Like I ordered a USB, it was a 10-foot USB-C to USB-C cable, and I opened up the box and there was 5 of them in there. And I went back and double checked. I was like, shit, did I buy 5 of them for $10? And I went back and double checked. No, it was 1 unit, $10, and they sent me 5 of them. And I was like, okay. I'm gonna just go ahead and keep these. So right? Like they never asked for them back.
And and oftentimes even if you do report it, like I've heard stories of like, oh, mom orders an iPad and gets like a box of them, right? Ends up with 5 or 6, and they're just like, that's our mistake. You can keep them.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of the company that was like 2 years ago. I had something that I bought that was pretty expensive, and I actually did buy it. It was something that I did buy, and it broke. It just stopped working, and it was from Monoprice. You know Monoprice?
Oh, yeah.
So it broke. So Monoprice, I sent them an email and I said, hey, listen, I've had this thing for like a month and it broke. Can I get a RMA to replace it? And they said, okay, we looked it up or whatever. We're just going to go ahead and send you a new one. Just throw that one in the garbage. And I was like, this is still, I mean, it's broken, but it has like monetary value. Like this is still a somewhat expensive thing. And they're like, oh no, just throw it in the garbage. We trust you. And I was like, how many people are calling Monoprice and just getting like new free cables and new free 3D printers and shit? And they're just throw them in the garbage. It costs more. Right. It costs more for us to have you ship it back to us than it's actually worth.
Probably.
So yeah, if you ever have something from Monoprice that breaks, just call up Monoprice and be like, "Oh yeah, my shit broke," and give them the order number, and they'll be like, "Okay, well, yeah, I mean, you actually did buy it, so we trust you. Just make sure you throw it in the garbage." I was just kind of surprised by that because I'm not used to companies like showing that kind of trust. Like that's kind of weird, like in this day and age. Oh, Tech It Out said I had that with a large screen TV.
Nuts,
dude. That would be large screen TVs are very expensive to ship. So if you sent them like a picture and you showed them like what was happening and it's broken, I could totally see them wanting you to dispose of it. Same thing with beds. You ever notice that? Like if you ever buy a bed, like if you buy a bed and it has a warranty and something happens to the bed, like my Sleep Number bed, they'll just tell you to throw it away or donate it. Yeah, like because for them to ship a giant 150-pound bag of foam back to them ends up costing more than it costs to produce the bed in the first place.
Right.
So just heads up, tech tip. Wow, we got 627 people chilling in here, bro.
Hello, everybody.
So should we talk about Facebook buying up our favorite porn animation site?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
yeah. Topic number 2 of the day.
I'm a little surprised that it seems a little cheap.
Yeah, what are they at? 400 million.
Yeah.
So let me see if I can pull this up here, sir. Let me pull this up on my screen. All right, so everybody here knows what Giphy is. If anybody types in chat like, "What's Giphy?" I don't know what Giphy is. Oh, whatever, dude. It's like all the porn on Reddit is hosted on Giphy.
Not just that though, but like the Twitter GIF search is powered, I think, by Giphy. Actually a lot of like the built-in, if there's like a button that says like GIF and you search for a GIF, it's probably powered by Giphy.
Oh wow, so this is actually a really big acquisition for them then.
I guess so. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with it. I know that it's Facebook as the parent company, but I think it's actually Instagram that's actually going to be like using it.
Okay, well, here, let's see what they say. Facebook to buy Giphy and reported $400 million deal. The popular GIF-making platform is joining the Instagram team. Interesting. Facebook on Friday said that it's agreed to buy the popular GIF-making platform Giphy. The social networking giant said Giphy will join the company as a part of the Instagram team. By bringing Instagram and Giphy together, we can make it easier for people to find the perfect GIFs and stickers and stories and direct.
Which will be super cool.
Yep, and it says Facebook's vice president of product. Oh wait, never mind. The deal is worth around $400 million, according to Axios, which earlier reported the acquisition. The two companies started talking about the partnership before the coronavirus pandemic. Okay, that's interesting. So, and Giphy did publicly post that we're excited to share some news. Giphy has been acquired by Facebook and is joining the Instagram team. I wonder what this means for Giphy as a service. I wonder if they're still going to preserve it as a service and as it works today, and they're not going to put a bunch of like censorship and stuff on it.
I feel like they will.
They will. What was the other site that they did that to that everybody was like, was it Tumblr? Yeah, it was Tumblr.
Oh,
you remember
yes,
Tumblr?
It was, yes.
Like Tumblr was like the porn epicenter of the entire internet, and then they just one day got a conscience and they're like, oh, you have like 1 week to like take down all adult content. I haven't seen it since.
I think somebody bought them and made them, or
I don't remember that, but I know that they had a sharp change in their morality for whatever reason. I don't know what triggered it, honestly. Tumblr needs to die. Too many SJW shit. Oh, dude, you didn't see the side of Tumblr I saw. Like Tumblr was just like Twitter. There was two sides to that coin, boy. Like I remember Tumblr being like you'd go there and just find like weird repositories of just the weirdest like fetishes and shit. Like people, everything that didn't fit on porn, anything that didn't fit on Pornhub just went to Tumblr, and that's where it lived. So when they announced they were shutting that down, oh my god, did everybody like just freak the hell out? I
don't know. Comments like that are abrasive. Like it doesn't affect you. Like I mean, are they ruining your day by just existing? Like, why can't we all just get along? You know?
It's all right. I popped him. It felt good,
dude. Some of that stuff coming out of Tumblr is hilarious.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
Tumblr
was good. I like Tumblr.
It's not just like weird porn stuff and like there are some actually hilarious stuff. There are some good memes that come around on Instagram that I know are screenshots of Tumblr, and that is hilarious. Like everybody's got to have a place, man, and just that the fact that it existed, like shouldn't trouble you on a day to day. I feel like that's That's a
Yeah,
symptom of
don't
something,
get triggered
something
because
else.
something exists.
Like there has to be places for people to be, like that's okay. And just like if that's going down a path I don't want to go. But it's
This
okay.
is the good path. This is the path everybody likes.
I'm just saying it's okay for there to be places for people to do their thing. And like you don't have to go there. Like that's the beauty of the internet, is that like it gives everybody a place to find people of a similar mind. And if you start saying like, oh, that shouldn't exist because it's got those kind of people there, but I don't ever go there anyway, it's like, what the fuck?
Exactly. Well,
No, I mean, you didn't trigger necessarily. It's just those kind of comments come from a place of like hate and insecurity, I think. And like it's like, why? Like I don't, I know that there are places out there, like real and digital, where there are people that I would not agree with, that I would probably actually very much not like them to a point of like physical violence and like outrage. I know that they exist, but because I don't frequent those places and they don't rub up on my circles of influence, I don't care. Like it literally has no effect on my life whatsoever in any way. So why should I?
Yeah, as long as it's not illegal, let them have their kinks, man. Let them have their kinks.
The SJW thing's a valid concern as it's affecting the internet, but I disagree. And I think we can leave it there.
Well, the interesting thing is everybody that calls out social justice warriors are doing exactly what they're accusing them of doing.
It's just
like
the other side of the coin.
Yeah, it's just the other side of the coin.
Literally the other side of the coin. It's like if you
silence them, they silence you. It's that simple.
It's no judgment. I don't know you personally, Cypher, and like I'm not saying that you're a bad person or a dickhead or anything. Because you're outside of my circle of influence, I'm fairly neutral. Honestly, like we can disagree, but I'm gonna go after the stream and probably not even think about it, and that's okay, like because it doesn't affect my day-to-day life.
I told him stop being such an SJW.
It's just whatever. People, it's not. I feel like any topic can be taken to an extreme, and that is where things fall apart. Like it's not a big deal for people to like want to have acceptance and to be noticed and to be accepted, right? It's when you take that that opinion to such an extreme that you are infringing on another person's existence or acceptance and things like that. It's like there's that old saying, like, your right to swing your arm ends where my nose begins.
Yeah, that's actually a really good saying.
And that can be applied to a lot of different things. Yeah, you can say that like trans people shouldn't exist, blah blah blah, but your right to say that ends where their right to exist begins. Like you don't get to stop them from that kind of a thing. Like
nobody's gonna stop you from saying it. It's just but we do have the right to just block you, or just like you have the right to say it, we have the right to not listen to it.
That's another thing. Free speech only protects you from the government.
Only from the government. And it's not freedom from consequence. There still can be consequences outside of the government.
You don't get to complain if Twitter bans your account for being a Nazi or whatever.
I laugh every time I see that shit, dude. Every time.
It's a private thing.
Yep, like, exactly.
Like the market tells you that you're wrong. And that's the market. Like, too bad.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, people are like, "Oh my God, you're silencing me." Well, if I come to your platform, you can actually tell me to leave and hide me too. You're not stopping me from sending my message. I can still send my message. I'm just not giving you a platform.
No harm. But I do agree with your trans views. Can we get back? Oh yeah, sorry. No, it's fine. And it's cool to get off topic a little bit. It's just
no. I like these topics. These are great topics.
I've learned too that like in recent months, in fact, that I have tried to remain neutral for too long. And just not commented on certain topics because I don't want to get into it, right?
Yep.
And this applies to not just like social topics. I'm talking everything from overclocking to social commentary and politics and things like that. But at some point, quite frankly, the controversy is engagement, right? Like you can't. I have nothing to say because I have chosen not to comment on certain topics, and so now I barely engage on the social media platforms that I enjoy because I have chosen not to speak my opinion, and that's not the case anymore. I'm still in a habit of not, but I know that now I want to, and I mean no harm. I try really hard not to be like an attacker, right? I try really hard not to say, "Oh, you're an idiot for thinking that way," because that's unfair. That's how a discussion stops, and it's just It's like I know now that I need to kind of stand up for the things that I truly think and believe and have opinion on.
I mean, I went the same way about 6 months ago was when I made my decision. It's like, I'm going to talk about anything that I think is important. And if people disagree with me, that's their inalienable right. They can disagree with me. That's fine. But I'm still going to speak my mind. And, and everybody is. You can't stop. Here's the thing. Like, somebody comes in here, like you saw earlier. It's like, oh, my God, you're so fat, cry me a river. Well, that person came to watch me because they're triggered by me, right? I somehow upset their world. And somehow they can't like get through their day without seeing me or hearing me. Like they have an unhealthy attachment. So I just remove them from the channel because I think that it's actually very helpful to them. I mean, they're obviously not doing me any favors. So I'm going to go ahead and remove them from the situation so they can go find a better situation. It doesn't shut them up. They're still welcome to go and tweet to anybody else they want and anybody they listen and build their thing. It's like, I'm not putting them in jail. I'm not stopping them from doing anything. They can still be an asshole. I just don't have to view it. This is my house, right? This is my house, and when I'm in my house, I get to decide who the guests are. And there's nothing oppressive about that. And if you want to go create your house, you go right ahead. That is absolutely fine. And honestly, it's kind of fun in a weird kind of twisted way to boot people out that are just being assholes because it bugs them so much. It bugs them so much. And it's because you hold all the cards, right? They can come in, if they want to come back in, they got to go create a new Gmail account, a new YouTube account, a new user, come in here, wait for the cooldown and leave another message just to get banned again. It's just, they're working so hard. And all you have to do is just go clink, clink, clink. And it's like, okay, how many cycles is this going to take for them to learn their lesson? And realize what they're doing. And it's just fun to think about that, like when you're doing it. Like I had a guy when I was taking a shit earlier on the stream when you were talking. The guy emails me and he's like, I was banned from your channel. You just lost a subscriber. And so I just replied back to him and I was like, good. I'm glad that they banned you because I didn't ban you. And this is our first interaction. You don't seem like the type of person I'd want around. Have a good one. Boom. Throw it in the spam folder. So any replies, I don't have to ever see him again because he'll try to do the back and forth. But I was like, yeah, if you're going to come at me like that, like if he had just replied and said, oh, dude, I got banned. I didn't mean to say that I was taken out of context. I would have just unbanned him. It would have been the end of it. But instead he comes at me swinging, oh, my subscribe gone. I will never subscribe again because one of your mods banned me. I'm like, oh, too fucking bad. Get out. I don't want you to come back. You literally did exactly what the system is designed to do. And that is to take an asshole that jumps to that conclusion and tries to use his sub as some kind of an attack. Leave. You're gone. You policed yourself. I appreciate that. Thank you. Have a nice day. So, and I was laughing while I was taking shit. It actually helped me get the shit out too. Cause when you laugh, you're like, you start clenching down. It's like he shaved like 15 seconds off that turd. But yeah, it's like when I see these people, it's like, I don't look at them and go, oh my gosh, they're altering my life. They're destroying my life. No, I mean, it's their time to waste, right? It's their time to waste. And it actually gives me, a stress relief. It's like the stress ball that you get to squeeze when you have people like that, and it's like a cat toy. You play with it until you're bored with it. And then you just put it back in the box. It's a lot of fun, actually. I highly recommend it. Hey, Renee, what's up, dude? He said, and that happens more often than people think. Oh, absolutely. Hey, Doc Murdoch said, another YouTuber once said, if you like the content, ring the bell. If not, go create your own damn content.
Oh, that's another thing, too. Man, I was talking about this with somebody recently. I can't recall exactly, but it's like, man, people who like criticize the content, right? Like, like say your videos or what have you, and it's like, man, just do that. You do, and I know that kind of sounds spicy, but like, honest to goodness, give it a shot. Really, really, like, try and stream 3 days. Just stream 3 days a week, for a month, for at least 2 hours. Give it a shot.
Yeah.
You'll totally understand how hard content creation really is. Try and record, edit, and post one video a week on YouTube for a month. That's only 4 videos.
Yeah.
Try it. Just really, really, really try it. It is fucking hard.
It is.
Really
it absolutely
hard.
Is.
Okay. Like, I know, man, especially you, Jerry, you get all kinds of shit for people. Oh, man, you haven't put out a video in months and blah, 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 or you're late, blah, blah, blah. It's like, bro, you don't get it. You really don't.
You know what the one thing is, though? You click on any of those accounts. And I used to do this for a while, and now it's like it's not even worth it because I know what it's going to be. You click on any of the accounts from these people, and it's one of two people. Either they have no videos or any content on their channel whatsoever, and their entire history is just trolling comments. Like, they try to boost their own self-worth by judging other people. Or the other thing is they have content on their channel, but there's no face cam, no voice. They're literally just screen capping a game or something like that, and they upload it, and it's all downvotes, and they're getting shit on. So what they're doing is they're running around and being like, I can't succeed at this because it's too fucking hard and I don't have what it takes. So I'm going to go trash on other people that succeed at it because I'm jealous. And that's what I see a lot of times. Like, the people making fun of my weight, I don't go to their channel. Well, every once in a while I'll go to the channel and be like a weight loss specialist or something. He's trying to reel me in and sell me some shit. But for the most part, it's like you click on their channel and it's like they are just incredibly insecure themselves. They won't show themselves on camera. They won't even put their voice on video. They're very, very sheltered in that respect. And it bugs them, so they have to go find somebody else to take it out on. And it starts to make sense after a while. I even talked to my therapist about it. Like, we had a whole talk about it, one therapy session, which is like, why do people go out of their way to try to hurt another person? Or try to focus so much on like their physical attributes or something like that. And it comes down to therapists understand exactly why it happens. It's because they have their own shortcomings and they're battling their own demons. And the only way for them to get that dopamine boost that makes them feel like they're not an absolute piece of shit is to go find fault with other people so that they don't feel like they're alone. Yeah. And once you look at it that way, it totally makes sense. Like, why does somebody come to my channel where I have a video? It's like, nobody cares about your fat ass when my video has like 500,000 views and like a huge like ratio. It's like, they're obviously ignoring that because their narrative needs me to fail. Because if I fail, then they didn't fail doing their thing. And so I try to look at it in that respect now. I don't look at it so much as an insult at me. They're just being super self-deprecating. And they're just putting me in the slot where they actually are. And so that's how they're doing their therapy. It's to attack another person. And I actually know where they're coming from because there was a time in my life where I did the exact same thing and I blacked it out, where I was a kid and I was on IRC and trashing on people and going to people's websites, telling they're a piece of shit and going to YouTube videos and commenting, saying how stupid the video was or why did you even make this and stuff. And that was all because I wasn't making content. I wanted to, but I wasn't. Or the content I made was not good and I was self-conscious about it. So I decided to go find fault with other people's shit. It's actually a pretty common trait for humans to do. And once you start to notice that, then it becomes a lot less abusive. Like when you see it, you see a comment, you can kind of like read between the lines on it.
Yeah, it eventually start to build empathy. A
little bit.
It's like, man, like you realize that like their comment isn't a reflection of myself. They're not seeing something that is real in me. It's a projection of their own troubles, and it's like, damn, sorry. Like I'm sorry you feel that way. Like I just try to show them a mirror.
Yep.
And that's enough.
I just put up a mirror and I don't respond. Obviously, there's enough time. There's not enough time in the day to respond to all those comments. There isn't. But every once in a while, I'll pick one. I'll cherry pick one and use it as a learning tool for that person and to entertain my audience because I can get both out of it. Right. So like yesterday, I'm just going through my video and there's a comment. Hundreds of these comments are on my videos every day. That's like, you look a lot fatter or something like that in the comment. So I just replied to him and I thought it was a funny reply. I replied to him and I said, you do realize nobody cares about what you look like? ? And then I put like a little thinky emoji on it. That's like, dude, you're here talking about me. You're here watching my video and commenting on my video and talking about me and critiquing me because you're engaged on me. Nobody's engaged on you. Nobody's watching you. Nobody's responding to you. Nobody's talking to you. You have no followers. You have nothing. And you're here. So I guess what the term is, I'm living rent free in your head. Yeah. And I used it as like a learning tool. That's like, listen, I'm not just going to insult you back. I'm literally just going to show you a mirror and be like, dude, look what you're doing. And look at it from the perspective of all these other people that are having a laugh at your expense. And then maybe you'll understand. And maybe next time you'll take a little bit of a different angle. Not likely. It may take a couple of tries, but everybody has that defining moment where something happens and it's just enough to push them over the edge for change. And I'd be willing to bet that there's probably a couple of people out there that I've turned to that degree. And I'm proud of that. I think that's a great thing when you can take somebody, just because you're a troll doesn't mean you're a troll forever. Hey, Pup Shepherd, thank you for that $5. He said, I learned from you guys. I just block the troll, move on with my day. I get over the feelings by remembering all the likes and good comments I get. Yeah, the good comments overwhelm the bad comments, but it comes down to the squeaky wheel gets the grease, because as humans, we want to be appreciated. We want attention. We want positivity. And the person that throws that off axis gets a lot heavier weight than anybody else. And it shouldn't be that way. It's just how we're intrinsically built. Like if you don't use the intellect and you just operate on instinct, that's what you gravitate towards. And that's why they use that negative attention. Because at the end of the day, they want attention from me. There's no reason to watch my video and to go and leave a comment and to even downvote. There's no reason to do any of that on that path unless they want to force an interaction with me. They're basically in the crowd screaming, oh my God, Barnacules, oh my God, I want to meet you. When you respond to me, and I've had this happen so many times where I've had somebody, it's like, Barnacules, you should kill yourself. And I'm like, I'll reply back with some cheeky comment, like, you first, smiley face. Oh my God, I can't believe you responded to me. I'm your biggest fan. Like they'll try to bait you out. Yeah. To do it. And it's like, and so when I started realizing that, it's like, no, if you don't like somebody, you don't engage them. You just avoid them. You're just like, okay, I don't like that guy. I'm just going to block his YouTube channel. I'm going to unsub. I'm not going to follow him. But no, the haters, they're subbing, they're following, they're clicking the likes and dislikes, they're leaving comments. I don't block them. I don't block a large portion of them because that's engagement, man. That is engagement. Just like everybody gravitates to that bad comment, they're actually bringing with them a lot more engagement. So don't delete your trolls, at least on YouTube. Yeah. There are platforms you can do it. Like who cares on Twitter and stuff like that? Like go ahead and fucking just nuke them. You don't need them. Or better yet, mute them, which is great, because then they just sit there and waste. Like, I had one guy who was literally insulting me every day for like 3 years, and I totally forgot about it because he was muted. And one day somebody replied to me, and he's like, and I see this reply, and he's like, or it wasn't a reply, they had to mail me because I couldn't even see the replies. And he's like, dude, what is up with this guy? He's literally been like ripping on you for 3 years. I'm like, fucking that name sounds familiar. And I went and looked at his account, and yeah, for 3 years, this guy was responding to every like post I did.
Oh man!
And he ultimately got deleted. A bunch of people reported his account and it got deleted. But it was funny because it's like, dude, I was in that guy's head. He woke up every day and was like, I need a new insult for Barnacules. I need to get his attention. I need to get his attention. I never saw any of it. It was completely a fucking illusion. And I was like, dude, how many hours did that guy spend like wordsmithing this shit? I was like, so it's just interesting.
Dedication.
Yeah. So for me, I was like, that to me, that was like, that's like one of my biggest fans, right? Because he spent that much energy on me. Hey, Barry, thank you for the $5 super chat. He said, hi, Jerry. How are you capturing AuxxZillary's video and audio for inclusion into your stream? Where is he streaming to for you to capture? Oh, actually, Discord. Yep. So we're using Discord video chat, and I'm literally capturing the screen. I have 2 screen capture elements, and I'm capturing. So there's 2 preview windows. I swap them around and crop each one of them and add them as 2 scenes into OBS Studio. So I'm capturing directly from. It's not an ideal solution because I have to have Discord full screened all the time. But it does work.
You've got
it does work.
3 giant monitors. It's
yeah. Well, I've got the real estate. We're fine. We're fine.
I had to have Discord full screened on one of my 3 50-inch televisions.
I know that was some first world problem shit right there, wasn't it?
plus, you got that other one up above, right? It's like a 37 or something.
I do. It's not even on right now because I got the system shut down. I gotta do some work on it. Oh my god, that's funny. Hey, Red Wing Blackbird, thank you for the $2. You said when a porn star I like does porn, I'm not into. I don't know what that was in response to.
That's way back to our complaining about content creators. People complaining about free content.
Yeah, it's like, go watch the porn star you want to watch. Don't watch the one that you don't. Like, how many guys are out there like going, oh, gross, this is the worst thing I've ever watched. Oh, where's my Jergens? Where's my Jergens? Like, no, they're not. It's like, go watch something you want to watch.
Thanks, John Giluli. I know I butchered that. I'm sorry. I watch your videos, Jerry, as they help me with my anxiety I get from having Asperger's syndrome. The fun laughs and crazy dances are just great for it. Awesome.
I'm glad you enjoy it, man. See,
that's the kind of thing. And thank you for the £5. That's the kind of thing that's super cool. See?
Yeah, there's always more positive than negative. Everywhere I go, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Twitch, YouTube comments, the negativity that sticks out only sticks out on days when I'm not having a really good day and I let it. And you can always tell those days. Like, those are days when I should just walk away from the internet because I'm already like, when you get in a mood sometimes where it's like everything bugs you. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be something stupid. Like, you fucking, I don't know, you pick up something and you scratch yourself on a piece of cardboard. You're like, oh, God, fucking world's ending. Those are the days where you want to avoid the internet because the trolls can actually get to you. But the days where I'm happy and I'm actually like making progress and doing good things, those are the days where it's like, oh, man, that's a good day for you to be a troll because then it's pure golden entertainment for me and something to feed on. And I quite enjoy that. I quite enjoy the troll hunting. And I get some people that get mad about it on Twitter every once in a while. They're like, oh, you shouldn't even respond to these guys. But it's like, no, I absolutely should, because it's wildly entertaining. The analytics show that you guys have a high engagement rate on anything that's dramatic or making fun of trolls. It's like pure gold on social media. So from a business perspective, it's the right thing to do. Hey, Lord Zero, thank you for the $5. He said, love you guys. AuxxZillary, you are right. It's tough making a video and doing the content. It's been tough for me to get anything out right now. Yeah, and it's like, it's a real thing, man. Like me, last week I wasn't feeling good. I've been having intermittent breathing problems. I'm gonna go to the doctor here eventually.
I would say, not to cut in.
No, go for
it. If you're fairly small, and just put it out there. Just put it out there. Yeah. It's and acknowledge that, hey, I'm not real happy with this. But I'm just putting this out here because this is the best I can do right now. It doesn't have to be perfect, and I think Jerry gets caught up in this sort of mentality a lot.
Yes, I do.
Is the perfection of things, and just put it out there. Just say, hey, look, I know that I know I could probably do better, but I'm working on it, and this is set a deadline. I think you've done with your Twitch streams, Jerry.
Yeah.
About I'm going to do this every other day, regardless.
Yeah. Yep.
And I think that's great. It's just
it makes it easier.
Whether you're feeling and it can totally be just for an hour, even just like you guys, man. I'm not feeling real good today, but I am committed to doing this X amount of times per. Set a goal that you know is achievable for yourself. This is now to Lord Zero. Set a goal that's achievable for yourself, but stick to it. I'm going to put out a video every Friday, regardless of what I think about it. Don't say no for the customer. That's a sales thing, right? Don't get caught up. Just put it out there. Don't say no for the audience, right? Don't say to yourself, oh, this is bad. Let them tell you honestly that it's good or bad. Take the advice, change, do better next time. But stay consistent. Just and regardless, okay, it's noon on Friday. I said I was going to post this video. Boom, I'm posting it. It's done. It's done. Regardless of how I feel about it, it's out there, and you will get better. You will get better. It's like working out, or whatever. It's just the consistency, the habit of it.
Habit's important. Habit's a big deal.
That's what I was doing it before I fell off of my own habit. That's why I always streamed every time I was going to work.
It's hard to get back too. Once you lose it, you get too far away from it, that habit dissolves way faster than it establishes.
Yeah, and it was. I knew it was easy. It was achievable. I knew I could do it because what else am I doing on my driving to work? I just pushed a button on my phone and hope for the best, and it works, and it did, and people still show up, and man. I'm just saying,
Uh oh, did that seriously just happen? Hold on, stand by. Shit. I accidentally killed Discord. No! Hold on, I'm trying to get you back. Stand by. Come on, damn it. There we go. Okay, hold on. Okay, you back? Give it a sec.
The call is connected. I think we're still black on YouTube.
Oh shit, we're still blacked out. Hold on, let me fix this. God, I tried to close one window and I was over the screen line just enough to hit the X. Okay, hold on. You guys should be able to hear us now. Let me. Shit, right in the middle of you giving the greatest speech of your life. I gotta go and fucking ruin that shit. Okay, hold on. Discord. I gotta redo the Discord capture. Hold on here. Where's Discord?
Hello.
All right, let's see. Is it back? Okay, stand by.
Oh, good. Oh, it's just we could always hear you, Jerry. They could always hear you. It's because of how Jerry has the stream audio routed. You hear me through Discord.
Yeah.
You hear him through his mixer.
Correct. Oh, they can hear me though, right? Okay, I think they can hear me.
Your audio never left. It was just me.
I fucked that up bad.
That was great.
I'm sorry, guys. That was me asleep at the wheel there. I do have a good response to the people that want to make YouTube content and they're worried about there being perfectionists. The best compliment I ever got in my entire YouTube career came from a guy named Jay's 2 Cents, and I'm going to tell you what it is, because it's like he's changed a lot as he's become bigger on YouTube. He's obviously gone way more corporate than he used to be, and he's way more business focused and everything like that. But there was a time where that wasn't the case. And one of the biggest complaints and compliments that I ever got from the guy, and he'd always bitch about it when we were doing Tech Talk back in the day, which I'm going to pay homage to because we're doing Tech Talk right now, is he'd always tell me, he's like, I think it's fucking stupid that you get 500,000 views on a video of you sitting on the toilet just talking about shit when I'm over here like fucking doing lighting and doing audio and fucking crispy B-roll. He's like, I don't get it. He used to always say that like YouTube's broken. He'd be like, dude, you literally make a video of you just sitting there talking in front of the camera with like no fucking editing, like not even trying, and that video gets like 500,000 views. He's like, it's not fair. And I used to laugh about it and just be, but no, there's actually a logic to it, right? There is actually a logic to it.
It's because you have cultivated an audience that wants that kind of content. And to cultivate an audience that wants to consume the kind of content that Jay wants to produce.
Yes.
Is different and apparently more difficult.
Yep. And when I stopped growing, my point on YouTube, where I stopped growing and I stopped getting 500,000 views of video and everything, is when I took all that feedback to heart and then I started doing like B-roll and background music and heavy editing and all that stuff. When I did that, the channel started going into massive decline, and I just never made the connection. I was like, oh, people like real content. They like there's a group for everybody, but my audience that I had cultivated over time has always been a zero effort focus on the content itself, not on the editing, not on the lighting, not on the color correction, none of that shit. And so when I changed up drastically and I'm like, okay, now you can see there's a period on my channel where before I went dormant, where I was doing like massive editing and music and overlays and all that shit. Nobody wanted that. People still respond. If I sit here and I shoot a video and I just set up my little camera on a tripod and I just sit here and do what I do best, which is just bitch about technology or teach you guys something or do a codegasm where it's just screen capture and a face cam and nothing else, those videos do fantastic. They do absolutely fantastic. The ones that I do a shitload of editing on and a lot of planning for and like really, really push hard, they never do as good. Never.
And I feel like that's where content has actually evolved quite a bit. Like that's why vlogging was really big.
Yeah.
Was because it was raw. It was very unedited, but then it grew and people started, the production value started climbing and getting out of hand, and now it's just another fucking reality TV show, and people don't care as much. Like it's
here. I'll give an example in chat. Let me find chat here really quick. So check this out.
They want to connect with real people. They want to have, that's why like mega influencers aren't getting as much sponsorship money like they used to. Companies are targeting micro influencers, people with 1,000 to 10,000 followers, because those, one, they can be hyper specific and hyper targeted in their advertising and sponsorships, but two, those smaller communities tend to be more engaged. They are more connected, more in love with the person that they're connected to. Like it blew my mind. Just a couple weeks ago, I did a random drive stream. I was going into work, I got 16 people watching me, which isn't a whole lot, but it is for me. That was great. I didn't say it on Twitter, didn't do nothing. It made me feel so good. But those people, regardless of the quality of the stream, because dude, I've done streams that were literally 360p. That was at 1,500 kilobits, and still people came and watched because they wanted to hang out with this guy, and like that's what I mean. Like there was somebody in the chat that said, "Oh, what if I sound like a bumbling idiot?" Blah blah blah. First off, that's probably you just being hard on yourself. And two, it doesn't matter. There is going to be people out there who like you for what you do. I've said this before, and I feel like we harp on this almost every other stream.
I think we should.
Andy Warhol once said, like, in the future, everybody will have 15 minutes of fame.
Yep.
I feel like that's changed now to where everybody can have 15 raving fans. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter what you're interested in. There are people out there who are just like you.
Yeah.
Who like the things that you like, who are interested in hearing what you have to say on your unique perspective on the world.
Absolutely.
And like I used to hear the same kind of thing from other people, and not really believe it until I did it. And there is it's a small group, but can you imagine 15 people, 20 people? Just picture that in the room that you're in right now, all of you. Like, look around and imagine if there were 15 or 20 people standing there and you're talking to them. That's a group of people. That's a classroom. Like, and that's so cool. It's super cool that we can make those connections these days. That, like, it doesn't matter if you're into just anything, whatever your thing that you are super jazzed on, just do it, man. Just talk about it if that's your jam. Like, some people just don't care and don't want to talk about it and don't want to have fans or whatever. But, like, if that's your jam, if you really want to produce content, do it. Just put that shit out there, and you will find a group of people who are there for you too.
Yeah,
it's super cool. It's super cool.
And I can tell you guys, like, the formula to YouTube I learned a long time ago, and sometimes I don't follow it. Sometimes it doesn't mean enough to me to, like, to change me to, like, go with the algorithm, but there is a middle ground. And the middle ground is people are going to look at your thumbnail first. So your thumbnail has to be catchy, but it has to be catchy without being complete clickbait, because then that's against TOS and that's going to make people downvote your shit. And that's not good. So you want a good thumbnail, you want a good title, and above all, you want, like, genuine content that somebody can relate to. If you are uncomfortable on camera, they're going to know you're uncomfortable on camera. If you're heavily censoring yourself and avoiding things, they're going to know that you're doing it. That is, humans are very good at, like, picking up on, micro emotions and stuff, right? They can tell what's going on. Like, I've watched a video before where it's like I'm cringing the entire video, not because it's bad content, but because I can tell the guy is wicked uncomfortable talking about it. So it's like that the formula is just be comfortable, be yourself, and have some fun. The reason I posted that hot tub video here, I'll post it again since it went out of chat. So the reason I post this video is this video taught me a huge lesson on YouTube. This is one of the, I have probably 10 videos that I've created out of my 800 that are actual lessons that steered me a little bit and made me understand YouTube a little bit more. And not just YouTube, but just people in general. I created a video about a goddamn inflatable hot tub. I am a technology guy that usually fucks around with, like, at this point when I made this video, it was computers, 3D printers, all this super high-end shit. And all of a sudden I just come out of left field after being on hiatus for a little while. And I'm like, I got this inflatable hot tub I bought on Black Friday. I'm just going to do a vlog of me setting it up. I'm hurt. My back's fucked up because I've been out of commission for a while. I'm like, I'm just going to build this thing. And my neighbors come over and it's like, it's not a video production. I'm just hand holding, my little Sony. And just walking around and just totally like a vlog. I just shoot it like a vlog, and we go outside, we drag this hot tub out, we set it up, we do a bunch of shit wrong, we get it all set up, and then we just end sitting in the hot tub watching some fucking movies projected on the fence. And the thumbnail is literally just the hot tub, and it just says 4-person hot tub under $400, right? That video got 1.3 million views, and most of those views came in the first 6 months that the video was out, and it outperformed every other video on the channel at the time, and continues to be like a top 5 video on my channel. And I was like, why? If you watch that, the production value fucking sucks. I'm literally just walking around with the camera and talking. It's just because it's fast paced, it's comedic, and me and my friends are just ripping on each other and having a good time. And people just feel like when they watch that video, they just feel like they're hanging out in the backyard with me. Like,
it's
so
you doing
it's
your
just
thing
me.
that you're,
it's just me.
that you're having fun, and it's passionate, and it's just, and that's super cool.
And if I overproduce something, then it doesn't get any views. Like, if it, like, here, I can give you an example of the opposite, or of the complete opposite. Like DJI Phantom. Let's hear Barnacules DJI Phantom. The most produced video on my entire channel is, let's see, where is it? Is it this one? Here, let me I want to make sure I pick the right one here. It was a DJI event. It's one of these damn things. No, here it is. It's the Phantom 3 versus the Inspire 1. So this video I think is even older. Yeah, this is 2015. So keep in mind that this video is way older. This is twice as old as the hot tub video. This video, now it still has good viewership, but keep in mind, it's been out for twice as long, but it only has 600,000 views. And check it out. It's like there's music in the beginning with logos, and it was edited by Volair Media, and it shot like a Top Gear episode, and it's super, super produced, and it's probably like one of the coolest videos that I've ever created on my channel, just because the final product is like a TV show. It's like there's actual like color correction and drone flights around like landmarks and shit. It's awesome. And it's 30 minutes long. It is like a full proper TV episode. And people just like did not like it. Like it didn't get any momentum for a year. It was out for a full year before people actually started watching it.
There's something too, and I would say that's because it was so different from your other content.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
Like so there's nothing wrong with high production value like Jay, right? But you build an expectation. Your audience comes to expect a certain kind of show, a certain kind of content, a certain level of production value, a certain sort of energy from the host, whatever. And if you produce if Jay suddenly started doing, which I know he does some raw stuff where it's just like face cam, blah, blah, blah. I guarantee those don't get as much viewership, engagement, or just the numbers that
like his car
sees
videos
in his other stuff. Yeah. Because it's not the content people come to expect from him, whether it's quality or literal like content.
Yeah.
And so like if he really, really, really wants to get doubling down on the car stuff, I'm sure he knows this, of course, he probably should start a different channel because it's going to draw a different audience. It's going to be a different kind of content, a different production value, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, man, it's just, and so like, and that can change. Like you can start off and gather an audience from a low production value, and people will usually tag along on your journey toward what your dream, what your vision is. Yeah. But seriously, just start now. You know, just put that shit out there, and that's part of it too. That's part of the journey. Hey guys, I'm starting a YouTube channel and I want to do tech review stuff, but I'm wicked poor, so I can't be buying like AirPods and shit all the time. So I'm just going to do tech reviews of the shit that I got in my garage. Yeah. Here's my coffee pot. Here's my oven in my house. Here, whatever. But people are going to dig it. I guarantee people are going to dig it. People will watch, and they'll come along on your journey as you do eventually get to the point where it's like, yo, fucking Beats sent me these headphones and they are trash or whatever. Yep. And it's gonna be cool. That's so much fun, is to be a part of that journey. Man, I love. There's a streamer that I used to watch, Tim the Tatman. Years ago, I watched him when he had 1,000 or so viewers regularly. Now the dude was in a Super Bowl commercial. Like, how cool is that? How fucking cool!
Yeah, the celebrity world and YouTube are merging like super duper fast.
It's amazing. Like, I mean, it's so neat. I don't know. It's just super cool. Yeah. And I highly recommend it. Don't be so hard on yourself. Just put that shit out there. You're going to get haters no matter whether you have high production value or not. It doesn't matter if you sound like a squeaky bird or a rock star with a butter smooth voice. It doesn't matter. Yep. And just love the process. Yep. That's what's going to keep you going. Is like my jam is building PCs. I fucking love the process of building PCs. I hate editing videos. I hate video editing. It's not my thing. So I do live content because I love live content. It is the best thing in the world for me, and it works. And so I build PCs live as much as I can when I can. Yep. Smuckers. And and do it. Just do it. Really. And
don't let your dreams be dreams.
It's hard, and it's going to be super cringy and awkward at first. I'm telling you, some of my first streams after that one I did with you, Jerry, when I was starting to do it for work, I didn't have a microphone. I was showing parts to the camera and typing them out in chat.
Oh my God, dude, that's hardcore.
And I still grew a channel to a regular viewership of 150 plus twice a week. and
and collaborate where it makes
people,
sense too, right? Collaborations are awesome.
Sure.
Like
That's a huge one.
Yeah, that's a really big one.
That's huge.
That's another good example, like of Jay. Jay grew huge when he started doing the celebrity build series.
Oh yeah,
like that, like completely, like overnight, just changed everything. Like his top videos are Post Malone musician turned PC gamer, Terry Crews custom PC build, Post Malone reacts to custom PC. And then from there, he's got the ultra cheap machine builds, like the, ultra cheap computer, $375, ultra cheap PC, AMD A10 7850. These are his older videos, but these are the big ones. Like these are the ones that blew up the channel. And the top 3 are collaborations with people, but it's within the scope of what he does, which is building cool PCs, right? Like building highly custom PCs. People love to see that shit, and it gets you exposed to another audience. Like even Jay and I, we exposed each other to a lot of different people that, like, his own exposed. But anyways, a lot of our audiences grew together. We shared a very large portion of our audience, up to I think about 600,000-ish subs or something like that, before he finally solidified 100% in his direction of just basically like PC builds, being super centric with PC builds and technology with a couple little offshoots. But he found his niche and he ran after it, and people expect that. And now he gets a very high percentage of viewership per video, per the size of his audience, because it's what people expect. It's what they want to watch. Me, on the other hand, I went a completely different direction where it's like, I just make whatever I want to make on that day. And then most of my audience don't watch just because of the specific thing I'm doing, but more or less just because I'm doing it. Yeah. And then I get the new people from whatever I happen to be doing. Like I probably got 1,000 new HVAC followers because of how bad I fucked up cleaning my air conditioner, because they just were like, oh, I want to see what other shit this guy does,
I saw some of the comments on that.
They were so
like,
good, dude.
I've been an HVAC guy for like 8 years, and you should probably clean it this way, or like the front of that thing is called this, but like that's super cool. And yeah, it's totally like the hot tub video. People didn't watch that because they were interested in inflatable hot tubs.
No,
I'm sure some people found it because they were like, yo, I might be buying this Coleman fucking inflatable hot tub. How cool is this?
Yeah.
But they, which is super cool because it exposes you to whole brand new sections of audience that otherwise wouldn't have found you. But yeah, most people watched it because it's like, man, I want to watch Jerry fuck around with this inflatable hot tub. Like, what's he doing today? This crazy guy.
It's so out of place so too, cool. Right? It's like you're just watching it like, wait a second, Barnacules fucking doing a hot tub in his... Okay, this is weird. This is just weird. I got to see what this train wreck is.
It's like the variety streamers, right? Yep. Right? Like you might get a lower average viewership because you're not sticking to one video game and becoming a super expert at it. But I get to do whatever I want, and I get to enjoy what I do. And B, I'm going to find a wider variety of audience member by playing, and I feel like the overall enjoyment factor, if that's like a KPI that we can't really track how much a viewer likes what they're viewing, is going to be higher, So
would you ever guess on my channel that the air conditioner video would be more popular than the Windows 10 shortcut tutorial?
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck did that happen? Like, I never would have been able to plot that out in a million years.
I'm biased, and so I would probably have guessed that your crazy ass AC tearing up. I'll bet the printer got more. You tearing apart that printer probably got more viewers than your Windows 10 key video too, because it's super random. But that's what people want from you. That's what people tune in to see. Is that weird shit, that crazy stuff that you do, and that's what is so. That's what makes fun, and you get to have fun. That's a big part of it.
People want to see people having fun.
Yeah, make content that you get pumped about. That is the biggest thing. Don't try and chase trends and the YouTube algorithm is saying that I should make a blah blah blah. No, just do the thing that you love the most, and people will love you too, and will love.
Let the algorithm chase you. That's the way to do it.
Oh, I love it.
No,
it gets me pumped up, man. I'm like, man, I need to do another build stream, whether it's just like random shit or something. I need to do some content again myself. It's getting me pumped up.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy when I scroll through all the stuff that I've done, like, because I like that, I'm getting to that point now where it's like I'm trying to analyze things and trying to make sense of it a little bit, which I never really did. But now that I'm coming back to kind of a new YouTube, I'm like, okay, I'm going to take a little bit look at this. But it is night and day that stuff that I thought was going to be super, super viral, like hyper viral, like went absolutely nowhere. And the stuff that was like literally, 4 hours of total investment went hyper viral.
That's
And
it.
it
That's
had
it,
more to
man.
do with just the randomness and I guess more real world it was,
Dude,
right?
you ever thought about doing a review of your pajama pants?
Dude,
Like,
it'd blow up.
fuck these pants.
Yep.
These pants are awesome. Like,
I could,
you
dude.
know?
Like nothing. Like it doesn't even make sense. Like I did a video called "DDoS attacks require no skills. It's not hacking." 532,000 views. That video got like 5 times the viewership of my most popular video I've released in the last 2 weeks. That now, granted, that was over like the course of a year, but still, it like. And the thumbnail is just literally just says DDoS attacking is not hacking. It's a shitty thumbnail. It's an absolute garbage thumbnail. It's not even that great of a compelling title, but people watched it because it's kind of a compelling topic. You're like, either you don't know what DDoS is, you want to know what DDoS is, you either think you're awesome because you're a DDoSer, or you know that it's not awesome because you understand what DDoSing is. And so there's all these different vectors for different people to click on that video, even if they have no idea who I am, because at the end of the day, you don't want just your subscribers to click on it. You want anybody that comes across that to click on it.
Right.
Anybody. And I still can't believe that hot tub video it's my top 5 video for views. Out of all the videos that I put on my channel, even being 2 years old, it still gets more views every month than the rest of the top 10. And it's just crazy. It's shit like that I can't really explain. So you like go through and you look at it, it's like making custom fidget spinners. That one went viral because fidget spinners were big, right? At that time. Me reviewing a lawnmower, like how the hell did that go viral? Like that, it's just the weirdest shit goes viral. That doesn't make any sense. Like why it's going to go viral. My Windows 10 video, 2.7 million views, where I said disable spying in Windows 10. Again, people were asking about the t-shirt, right? They're interested, like Windows 10 is spying. Yep. Okay, tell me more. It triggers a conversation. And that's what you want your videos to do. You want every one of your videos, from just the thumbnail and the description, to basically get you interested in something, to make you feel like, oh shit, I don't know that. I need to click on that to know that, because otherwise I'm never going to know it, and it's going to eat at me, and I'm going to wonder. And I think that's the way. And some people call it clickbait. It isn't if you do it right.
And if you're out there and you are down on yourself about your content, dude, hit me up. I feel like one of my special talents is pumping people up for like their thing. There's a guy who occasionally pops in on my chat. Fuck, I can't recall his name at the moment, but he's got some problems with his hands and stuff. He can't type real well and things like that. But dude spends a good portion of his day like entering giveaways, wins a lot, wins very often. And I'm like, dude, that would be good content. Like dude, you can't write about it, right? Because you typing is tough for you. But dude, just sit in front of us. You could do a live stream while you're just sitting there entering all these Twitter contests and like blah blah blah. How do you find out about these contests? Like how do you enter them quickly so that, like, dude, that could be your thing, is like, I'm a professional contest winner. Like that's, it's no different than like poker players or whatever else. And I'm like, that's good content if that was something he wanted to do. And I pump him up, I talk to him, I tell him about it, man, you really should, all the time. Like, you'd get more. You could run contests. You've got all this extra stuff. Like, you could be doing contests, and that would get you more people to like. And I'm like,
there's an audience for everything.
I like pumping people up, dude. If people will watch other people open fucking loot boxes, people will watch you joining in on contests.
That was one of my all-time favorite series that people asked for over and over, was that fucking Nerd Block. Just a subscription service. Every month, a box shows up with mystery stuff in it, and you just take the stuff out of the box and show it to the camp. People just fucking love that. That was one of my all-time most viral series.
Or knife gambling, right, on CS:GO, like where you just open like loot boxes in that sense. Like, people still watch that crazy stuff, man. It's crazy, but whatever.
It's mad.
I will pump you up. I will pump you up for your shit all day. I love pumping other people up for their jam, and just do it.
Here, keep pumping them up while I go blow my ass out again. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one of those days. The coffee's running free.
I'm getting jet. Here's a question. I just noticed the video from my last stream got muted because of the songs in Rock Band 3. How does the stream not get muted, but the video does? We're talking like a Twitch stream, I'm guessing, or live content. the algorithms, the AI stuff, the machine learning stuff is really, really good about cutting out. You got to think of like they've got massive databases of music, and it's really, really easy now for them to compare the audio stream from your content against their databases of music and just isolate that part. You'll also notice if you're ever talking over the music, it will cut out your voice. It'll and on your VOD, it'll pop up and say portions of this stream are muted because of blah blah blah. If it's a video game though, you can appeal those mutes. Oftentimes, especially if it's a game like Rock Band, you can usually appeal those and get them unmuted because it's still a bit of a fuzzy kind of gray sort of thing, but I do think it does fall under fair use. And you can oftentimes get your VOD unmuted for I know it used to be a thing, like GTA streams would get DMCA'd because of the music. They would play copyrighted music in those things. But it's like now it's time to plug your stuff. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'm AuxxZillary there. Follow me on Twitch. I'm AuxxZillary there as well. If you're in Western Washington and want a PC built, I specialize in ITX builds and would love to build your machine, which reminds me I need to, so hit me up on there and I'd love to build you a system. There's a lot of Rocksmith streamers that get away with playing music because it's part of the game. Yeah, exactly. When you in a full screen window like YouTube and you use the Shift Windows arrow command to shift it from screen to screen, when you exit full screen, it pops back to the original screen. I'm not sure what you're asking. I'm guessing Puget builds are not for poor people. I feel like most boutique PC builders are not for poor people. Just off of the cuff, I think the cheapest machine you could order from Puget Systems is going to be around the $1,200 to $1,600 mark. And Puget Systems does not generally offer anything below
I'm back.
like the i5 level of price range. We don't.
Wait, I don't think I flushed.
Ew, gross. They don't do budget like low end machines. That's not their target market.
Gross,
not by a long shot.
Oh, that's the worst.
I'm reasonably sure they take a digital hash of portions of the music in your stream, and that's what makes the comparison. Sure, yeah. I don't know. It's some sort of science wizardry that happens. So
Gross.
yeah. I ran out of characters. The question is there a way to mitigate it? I have no idea. You get what you pay for. You want quality, you have to pay for quality. Yes. Oh man, I'm telling you, especially when it comes to like electronics and technology in general, buy nice or buy twice.
Oh, I like that saying.
Seriously, like that's why people are like, oh, should I wait for the next best graphics card? You'll always be waiting. Just buy the best thing that you can afford right now because you're gonna replace it. It doesn't matter. You're going to replace it at some point. If it's a camera, if you need a camera now, buy the best one you can afford now, and just do what you're going to do with what you can afford now, unless there is a target that you're trying to reach for, right? Like, oh, I must have this particular thing. It's at this price point. Then save for that thing. But buy nice or buy twice. Seriously.
Sorry. I'm typing in chat. So something really gross happened while I was gone. Do you guys want to hear this nasty, gross ass story? So I went upstairs and I blew my ass out in the bathroom, and I go to wipe my ass, and the toilet paper shifts out of the way, and I won't get too graphic, but I ended up taking the brunt of that. So I had to go downstairs because I didn't have any soap in the upstairs bathroom, and I had to wash my hands before I could come back to the stream. I'm sorry. But I figured you guys have been here with us for 2 hours and 27 minutes. I feel like you deserve to know why I was gone for so long. So, moral of this story is 1, don't miss. 2, make sure you have soap in the bathroom that you're taking a dump in, and so you don't have to do the walk of the shame through your house. To go wash your hands. It's pretty gross.
So
that's right.
There's a question that came up that I couldn't answer that you might be able to know. So,
sure.
And it's going to come out kind of weird. So maybe we have to decipher it a little bit because I wasn't really sure what they were asking.
No worries.
So,
I got my cryptography going here.
Here we go. When you're in a full screen window like YouTube and you use the Shift Windows arrow command to shift it from screen to screen, when you exit full screen, it pops back to the original screen. Is there a way to mitigate that?
Well, let me test this.
I only have one monitor right now, and I wasn't really sure.
Let me see if I can reproduce this. So he's doing a full screen video, I'm guessing, on YouTube, right? Okay, so I'm playing a full screen video right now, and then he's going to use Control Windows key, arrow key to move it to another monitor. Oops. Wait, sorry, not Control. That moves the virtual desktop. Hold on here. Control Shift. There we go. So Control Shift. I move it to the next screen, and then I minimize it.
And then he said...
it did. It moved back to the primary screen. Holy shit, that's a bug, dude! Congratulations.
And okay, so
that is a bug.
New to us all. And
correct.
Congratulations. Submit a bug report to Microsoft. And
so hold down Windows key. Hold down Windows key and press F for fuck, and that'll be the feedback hub. And go ahead and type in your experience and submit it to Microsoft. And you can even give them a screenshot of what's going on. I did a repro.
Hilarious.
Yeah, if you hold down Windows key and hit F, you can send feedback to. Like right now, I can just hit. I can hit Windows key F. Like here, I'll even. What's that? I'm sorry. That's the F word, right? It's like that's how you do F, right? Isn't that how the military does it? Is it foxtrot or is it fuck? I don't remember. We always get demonetized anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, if you hold down Windows key and hit F, you get the feedback hub. This is the feedback hub right here, so you can actually enter your feedback. Be like, I don't like your OS and the way it looks at me in the morning when I'm hungover. And then you just like explain in more detail. Ha 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 ha, lols. And then just next, and then just go through there and just fill out everything and send it to them, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's a great way to send Microsoft feedback, built right into the operating system. You don't have to look any further.
That's cool. That is really nice.
That's good. I talk about that in my shortcuts video, by the way. Go watch it.
They're not going to listen to Jerry's bug reports.
They won't listen. I'm banned. I've submitted so many bogus bug reports. They don't even listen to me anymore.
He's like an angry ex-employee as well. Like they're not going to listen to him.
I'm just a disgruntled old employee. They're not going to listen to me.
All of you people need to submit that as a bug report because then it'll at least look legitimate.
You know what's cool though is that you actually did find a legitimate bug. Like if I was working at Microsoft, I would file that in Product Studio and I would get that fixed because it's inconsistent behavior. Because if I move the window to the second monitor, well, it's minimized. Then it stays there. But if I maximize the video, move it over there, and then unmaximize it, it snaps back to the original window. What that tells me is that Google, when you're hitting F11 to go full screen, they're actually creating a second window, is what they're doing. And that second window no longer has the same position so that when you minimize it, the original window goes back. It's a bug. It's totally a bug. Microsoft could fix this very, very easily. It's not a bug with Chrome. It is an actual bug with Microsoft Windows. And I'd be willing to bet that the same thing happens if you do it with a full screen game, or anything that uses full screen DirectX compositing probably suffers the same bug. As a matter of fact, actually, I can put this to this test. Here, let me open up, I'll do Edge. So I'll use Edge browser instead. Let me go to YouTube with Edge browser. I'm going to see if I can reproduce this outside of Chrome. So let me open this. So YouTube, playing a video.
We got it confirmed with Opera.
Okay, let me go ahead and full screen it. Okay, I'm going to hold down Windows key Shift and left. Okay, now it's full screen on the next window. Now I'm going to minimize it down and snaps right back. Yep, confirmed.
There you go.
You, sir, have found a bug. Congratulations, right here live on TechTalk episode 15.
You might even get a bounty.
No, they won't pay a shit, man. They fired all the pay testers. You do this shit for free now, just for survival purposes. So Robert Taylor, by the way, he's a resident Microsoftie. He said, what happens when you go full screen? Does it create a new window? Then why would moving that window affect the parent? You're absolutely right, Robert. So that actually takes that out of the contention. Because if it did create a new window, it'd still remember the position of the old window. But what I think may be happening here, Robert, like if just visualizing how it worked, is you full screen it and then you move it. But when you full screen it, the original window goes into a hidden state. Therefore, it's still on the primary monitor. And then the focus is on the full screen window, which then gets moved. And then when you minimize it back down, that window gets destroyed. The other window gets shown again, but it's still in its original position. Basically, what they need to do, though, is tie the parent window to the new window that pops up for the full screen. If those two were tied together and moved together, even though it was hidden, its coordinate system changes. Then when you minimized it, it would show up in the place of the original window at the same dimensions. That's what they really need to do. So it should be an easy fix. As a matter of fact, Microsoft, just give me access to your source code. I'd be happy to fix that for you. I actually know where the code is because I've even fucked around in the maximize and minimize code before. Did you hear? I just found out a couple of days ago that I actually still have shipping code inside of Windows.
No shit, that's cool.
Yep, Microsoft Windows Server 2019 actually has SetRes.exe in it, which is my program that I architected, created, designed, and localized for inclusion into the operating system.
That's so cool.
Although somebody mentioned that they did take it out for a period of time because it disappeared in Windows 2008 R2. For some reason, It got taken out and then they put it back in at some point. So there is one operating system in between when it went in, where it came out and then went back in again. So I need to install all the different operating systems and see which ones it's in and which one it isn't. But I think that's cool. I can literally tell people I have shipping code in Microsoft Windows Server.
Neat.
So running across the planet. That's just a cool feeling because it's like I didn't get much code in the product when I was there. So it was really cool to see something like that survive for so long. And I double checked from the help, the command line help, that it is still my app and it is still 100% the thing that I wrote originally. So I think it's cool that it's survived the times. Yeah. So now you guys can tell everybody that I might have to put that in my bio now. Be like ex-Microsoft employee and shipping code in Windows product. Like, you know, because you can embellish that shit, even though it's like the tiniest little insignificant tool ever. It's in there. I mean, shit, if you get credit for having Xcopy exe, then I get credit for having SetRes. Anyways, I thought that was pretty cool. Hey, JP, thank you for the $2 Roonies. He said, for me, it was buy once, cry once. That's good, too. Many Bishops, thank you for your membership to the channel. I appreciate that. Jazz Wolf, thank you for the $5. He said, first time I seen Barnacules was when he roasted Jay's new set and had to find and follow you sets. No way. You really found me from that? Like when I roasted his setup down in California? By the way, I still get people that message me and email me and saying they hope I fucking die for what I did to Jay. When he was the cameraman on that, and it was both of our collective idea to do that video. I recommended it to him as a joke, and he was like, no, I totally want to do that. We were literally just sitting there eating lunch. From the time we came up with the idea to the time we were shooting was like 10 minutes. Wow. It was crazy. And people like, dude, I walked right into his office. Do you really think Jay doesn't lock the door? And they never watched it to the end, so they never got to see that Jay was the cameraman. So there's still people out there in the world right now that believe that was a real scandal video.
He's in the thumbnail.
I know, it is so fucking dumb, dude. There's just, you know what? I came to the conclusion the other day because I was getting frustrated at somebody. I won't say why, but I was getting frustrated at somebody because they were just denying the truth. They were just straight up truth deniers. Like they wouldn't acknowledge anything that was a fact because it would break their argument. So they were like, just completely ignoring it. I'm like, why do people like this exist? It was frustrating. I'm like, why are there people that exist that will just ignore what's in front of their face because it ruins their narrative? And then I was thinking to myself, we have flat earthers, we have Scientologists, we have anti-vaxxers, we have all of these things. Of course, these people exist in other areas too. Like this is just, it's a common thing. It's a common thing. So I'm kind of having in my brain having to like learn to accept that there are just people that they're going to believe something no matter what, regardless of what's in front of their face, because they quite frankly just want to believe it. Yeah. Like, it's just like, if you want to believe Santa Claus exists, it's like, there's nothing anybody can say that's going to change your mind. Like, that's a magical thing that you have, and you're going to believe that that's true. It's just, I have to start accepting that in my mind, that there's just certain people that there's nothing you can show them. There's nothing you could debate them that'll ever change their mind, because the whole premise of them believing the thing isn't based on it being true. It's based on just believing the thing and holding that ground. That is the belief, is holding the ground. And so, yeah, that's something I'm learning about. Like, what, 40 years after birth? It's taken a little while. Lord Zero said, I'm pretty sure I just saw something on Twitter about that video before the video came out that Jay posted. I'm pretty sure that I saw something on Twitter about that video before the video came out. That was, oh, you're talking about the one where I roasted him? Man. Yeah, he was, dude, he was obviously in on it from the start. But yeah, there's, I bet you I could go there right now. Here, I haven't looked at the video in like a fucking eon, but I bet you I can go there.
Sentence structure is important. Okay. I'm pretty sure I saw something that Jay posted on Twitter about that video before the video came out.
So let's see. Let me scroll through the newest comments. So let me reorient it. So the last comment was 3 days ago. Who freaking cares? Who gives a shit about this BS? You're full of shit. I would never watch you instead of Jay. It's real. Oh my god. I'm gonna reply to this. Wow. You still think this is real after all this time? Wow. I'm not gonna put a popcorn emoji because that always gets them. Like, seriously, I figured this shit would have been over by now. Here's a guy. Here we go. CKK. First minute I tapped thumbs down. 6th minute I changed it to thumbs up. So at least he watched the whole video, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and take that one. You think? Oh shit. He said, you think, you dick? Piss funny? I bet you caught a few. What the fuck does that even mean?
Wow.
He said, did they stop talking for a while? I'm behind on watching both channels. I remember they suddenly stopped talking, I think. What's the story? Oh, I think that doesn't even refer to the video. I think that just refers to Jay and I not talking very much anymore. Gaming53 said, laugh my ass off a video made by Jay's 2 cents and posting it on another channel. Just wow. Even Linus tried this and it didn't work. Dude, it worked on so many people, though. And then somebody said they didn't know until Phil started laughing at the end. So they actually believed it. There's a lot of people that believed it all the way up until the end. I thumbsed it down, edit. I thumbsed it up. So, like, everybody's watching this video and they're not even watching it. They're just thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down. And then whoever watches it, it's so funny.
Those are cool comments, though. Like, thumbs down, edit, just kidding.
Yeah. Jealous much, unfollowed.
Yeah.
This comment, jealous much, unfollowed. Like, dude, watch the video. My God.
Yeah, it's fine.
And it's got 1,700 dislikes, but it's got 15,000 likes. So it's like the ratio is actually not too bad. But still, I'm just like, I cannot believe that after all this time, there is still every other comment is like, dude, this is so fake. This is so fake. But you still get the people that are replying that are like, unsub, this is stupid. Why would you treat Jay this way? Jay invited you down there. Like, there's one, it's like, Jay invited you down there into his house and everything, and you do this to him? What an asshole friend. Yeah. Unfollow. Like, there's so many of his white knights that still to this day think it's funny. And me and Jay were laughing so hard the second day because it was really bad. We didn't believe that this many people were going to believe that it was true. Like, it's so obviously fake. Even the thumbnail. It's like, am I really going to put like fucking Crook, like haul in a bag with like a studio in the background? Me standing in front of everything that he obviously let me do. Like, it's, oh God, people are dumb. People are dumb. But it did make it interesting. It was a fun video to make. And it was one of those things where it was very low effort and it got a lot of views. Like, it got a ton of views because it's so controversial. People were sharing it around.
People are like, oh, I don't get how anyone can be oblivious, that kind of. It's because emotion takes over. I mean, not to be super like lame and like give you the data here, but it's because emotion takes over. Logic stops, and they have a very strong emotional reaction. They don't. It's like I mean, it happens all the time. Anything that where you get really emotional, you stop thinking clearly, and it's a reaction. It's not a response, right? Or you know what I mean, like.
Like, watch this. I'll put it up on the stream. Just watch the I'm going to play the first 1 minute of the video, and you tell me if you believe that this could possibly be real. Just keep an open mind. Don't be so focused on, oh my God, this by the title you are clearly true, because the title is exposing Jay's 2 cents as a YouTube fraud and scam artist. But just watch this. Like, how do you come to that conclusion? Like, I just barge into the front of his shit. Watch this. Hey, what's up, guys? Jerry here, aka Barnacules, and I've got a behind the scenes here at Jay's 2 Cents Studio. I'm going to show you guys something he doesn't know, though. We're going to show I've aged poorly. How lazy this son of a bitch is, and how little he actually does.
I can't hear it.
To duke all you guys into giving him. Oh, you can't hear it? And giving him money.
No, I can only hear it.
Come on, I'm going to show you what's really going on here. So this.
That's fine. It's because I have the stream muted.
Yeah. Now, when you guys are watching his videos. This is what you see. This is what you see right here. Look at this. He's sitting here. It looks like you're in like a fancy room. This isn't like attached. Nothing. Look, it's so obviously fake. Look, this is fake. There's nothing behind here but another wall and a bunch of wires. And guys, do you think he really plays World of Warships? Today's video is sponsored by World of Warships. Oh, come through the window. It's World of Warships, World of Warships. He even got a little hat up here. Well, today's video is sponsored by... He just wants that money. You think he actually plays World of Warships? He's got a freaking model here. Look at this. That's a model of a ship on a shelf. Do you think he... It just goes on like this for 10 minutes. This is the reality. You guys never see it, but this is the reality. Come here, look at this. You see this? There's a freaking light up there. There's a light back here. Look at this. Does that look like a real window to you? No, it's not. It's just light shining down against the wall to make it look like he's in some fancy building. So people believed it up until the point of what I'm about to show right here. This is where it fell apart for most people, but I'm surprised it took them that fucking long before they knew it. Come here, look at this. This is be quiet right here. This is editing suite, okay? Look at this. Does that look like Jay's 2 cents? No, he freaking hired this guy to edit his video. Phil, I'm sorry, but we need to tell the truth. We need to tell the truth, okay? Yeah. You're sitting here editing Jay's video right now, aren't you? Mm-hmm. He's not doing it. Mm-hmm. You're the one that are like collecting these numbers up and putting them in. He doesn't do this shit. I do this crap. Phil, I feel bad for you, man. I really do. I really do. But look at this. Look at a folding table. Phil was sitting in this when I got... I mean, Phil's laughing his ass off. It's like, clear. Would I really be able to go into like somebody's place and just like start shit talking in front of their editors and stuff, and like it would just be okay, and I'd just be left to do it? Like, yeah. But like, watch here. This is where it goes sideways. Is like, right. Hold on. Let me find like right where Jay turns around. Yeah, right here.
As you know, they think he doesn't like me, but the truth is, the guy is just a total fucking fraud. I don't know. What do you think, cameraman?
I think you forgot to mention my free FS7 back there.
Yeah, sorry about that. Is that Planty?
That's
my free FS7 back there.
Well, thanks for helping me with the camera work, dude, because I couldn't have done it without you.
I'm Jay's 2 cents, and I approve of this message.
And here he's playing World of Warships. But that's what's so funny is it's like that's only six minutes into the video, and then the rest is just outtakes, right? We just did like some outtake stuff here at the end. But
great.
People still believe. They still fucking believe that that's real. Like there's still believers that like they want to hate so bad. It's like they're ignoring what is right in front of their face and the obvious on purpose because they want that drama. They want it. They're trying to hang on to it. And I just, oh my God. But I've learned one thing I can say that I've learned doing this business, and I think every YouTuber does inevitably for better or worse, is that you start to understand how people's brains work a little bit. You start to understand how people think and how they deceive themselves and how we lie to ourselves more than anybody else. Like, and I'm not talking about like everybody, it's varying degrees. I'm not saying that like everybody's like that, but there are people that literally just lie to themselves because they want something to be true. And they did. And there was so many people up, and that's why we did the video in the first place, was because we had large portions of our audience that all they do is go to each other's videos and say, oh, I like you so much more better than Jay, or I like you so much more better than Barnacules. And they're always trying to create friction and trying to create like these loyalty lines, thinking that it's somehow going to get them an in. And so we thought this video would be like a great way to like emphasize that and draw attention to it, how stupid it was. And we didn't even realize that it was going to get so many people that believed it. And then, of course, that created a lot of friction after that. After that, that actually created friction because people on Twitter were constantly like tagging us both like, Jason, fuck that fat ass guy turning on you. Fucking, I hope he dies, man. If I'm ride or die, Jay's 2 cents of these. And Jay's like, okay, I'm done replying to these guys. I'm just going to fucking mute them all.
Yeah.
Because they want to get his attention. They're like, oh man, you're being attacked. Oh, I'm going to be the white knight. And hopefully you'll friend me and you'll talk to me and we'll have like a great relationship together. Man. It's like, God, fucking psychos, man. It's like Stan. Hey, what's up? Flautermouse made it.
Oh,
dude, he's like in here every week. We got the Flautermouse in the house. That rhymes, dude. Hey, can you put that on a shirt, dude? You have my permission to put that on a shirt. Flautermouse in the house, and then have like a little picture in the house, like and then have like a house, like a home icon from a browser. It's a Flautermouse in the house. That would be a great shirt, actually.
All right, we got 5 minutes left. Did we miss any super chats?
All right, let's get through. JP, thank you for the $2. Manny Bishops, thank you for that membership. Celtic Fox said keeping it unedited and real. The thing is, there's a lot of editing that goes. Editing is half the story. Like I'll tell you guys right now, and this is totally a plug for my Patreon. So by all means, go sign up. Patreon.com/Barnacules. You can see my 28-minute rough cut of that video with the air conditioner. Nice. You watch that video and then watch the 13-minute video that I posted publicly. They couldn't be more different. Just through editing, I made a video completely different. The tone of it, the speed of it, what actually happened, the story, everything completely changed because I let my patrons dictate what I edited. And nice. It's the most I've ever removed from a video. But the original video, you actually feel sorry for me at the end because I fucked my back up really bad and I'm crying in the staircase of my house because I jacked up my sciatic nerve and my disc in my back. I'm like crawling up the stairs, sweat fucking coming off me in pain. I have to stop and take a bunch of breaks. I fuck up a bunch of stuff along the way. Once I cut all that out in the final cut and put some music in and sped some things up, it actually looks like it's a really fun, video, and people really responded to it. Like, oh, this is really fun. You make everything really funny. Watch the video that I almost posted. It's dark as fuck. Like, I even have comments in there where I'm talking about, like, oh man, I'm such a fat ass. I know I'm fat. Stop talking about me being fat in the comments. I'm getting sick of it. Oh yeah, fucking go ahead. Tell me I'm fat. And I was like being really self-deprecating because I was hurting. Like, I was hurting and I was angry that my air conditioner didn't work. Once I cut all that shit out and posted it publicly, it's one of the more popular videos I've posted in the last 2 years. And I owe my patrons for that. But I kept the cut up for my patrons. So you can see the rough cut of that and the video before it, it's the RTX. I think it's the RTX voice video, the rough cut of that's a couple minutes longer too. So that's all available up there. And I'm also going to post some of those videos in the not super chat, the channel. If you're a channel member, go check that community feed. If you guys didn't know, if you join the channel, you don't just join the channel and get nothing. If you go to the community feed, like click on the tab that says community up at the top when you're on my main page, it's like a whole fucking Twitter feed in there where you can actually see all the posts of my Jerry and the Raw series and stuff that I post on Patreon that you can see just here on YouTube if you'd like. A lot of people can't find it though. I'm surprised. I think I have like 50 channel members and I only ever see like 4 or 5 of them post in that feed. So I think you guys literally just can't find it and don't know it exists. So if you're a channel member, check that community tab. Please do. We just got another super chat. A couple of them. Thank you for the $5. Said, love your content. Keep up the good work. I will do my best. Andy Cheese, thank you for those 2 poundaroos, dude. We appreciate it. Lord Zero, thank you for the $5. He said, yep, you missed this one. I got it, though. I got it. It just took a little time. Hey, what's up, Steven? He said, you're a good person. Love the videos. Keep up what you do. See, that never gets old. I love hearing that. Jerry Boss level funny. Hey, Manny Bishops, I'm glad you enjoy what I do. Tough Loudermouse said, do you think it's fair that YouTube grabs 30% of your channel's membership monies? No, I do not think it's fair that YouTube takes 30% of my super chats. It takes 30% of the channel memberships. YouTube is goddamn highway robbery, which is why in the future
send us money via PayPal.
Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Is in the future, because some people still
Twitch.
Yeah,
like you do on Twitch, man.
What I'll do is for next week I'll try to get a thing on screen. Like where you can see the super chat. So I'm going to replace that with like a PayPal thing and put a PayPal thing in the video description. Cause 30% is fucking ridiculous. Like, and on the channel memberships, it's ridiculous too. It's like, I'd understand if they took like 10%, but the thing is other people do it, not just YouTube either. It's like Twitch and Patreon. And sometimes they take 30-20%.
Yeah. What is it? I think it's 50-50 for Twitch subs. Until you reach a certain level, it becomes 70-30. But dude, 50-50. So I guess there's that, I suppose. Twitch is YouTube is taking a smaller bite there, but man, they also get the super chats, which you know what? Fine, we'll just run donations through PayPal and
because through PayPal it varies depending on your payment method and all that stuff. There's some ways you can do on PayPal where it's zero fee.
Yeah, and then we can have a bling thing pop up through OBS or whatever, and just like it pops up now.
CBD said, do you split donations on super chats with AuxxZillary? No, I do not. He actually is lucky to be here and he doesn't need to make any money. This is my channel and he needs to just fucking sit down and co-host the shit and be happy that I even let him on here. Of course I split the chats with him. Of course I do. Every 4 episodes I actually cut him a check. So and by cut him a check I mean I use PayPal. But no, I PayPal and we split it right down the middle 50-50. All the super chat revenue after YouTube takes their 30%, whatever's left, we chop it in half and I give it to him. And I show him the amounts from each show and everything. I try to do it best I can. I'm not an accountant. As a matter of fact, I even eat the taxes on it. So because we haven't figured out the whole business aspect of this, but we'll get it moving forward. We'll figure it out moving forward. We just got to stabilize some things. But no, I wanted to make damn sure that if TechTalk came back, that both people got something out of it.
I super appreciate it.
Because back when I did TechTalk, I never got anything out of it. Like that was that. And I agreed to that up front. Like it was just something that if I hosted a show on my channel, then maybe I'd get something out of it. But by and large, we kept it most on Jay's channel. And it was just a big pain in the ass, to basically pay me half of the super chat. So it is what it is. Jay made up for it in other ways by flying me down there. Fucker took me to Disneyland and stuff. So as far as I'm concerned, we're square on it. But moving forward, I wanted to make sure that we both had a monetary vested interest in this because people should be rewarded for their time. And that's going to make him want to do this more. It's a job now and a hobby at the same time, which is fantastic. And so I will always do that. I always try to pay people, what they're worth and share things where you absolutely should, because it's wrong not to. It's absolutely wrong not to. Don't get me wrong. It's fine if you have a guest on once or something like that and you're helping to promote their channel and you're helping them to get some exposure. But no, as far as I'm concerned, we are co-hosts here. Even though this is on my channel and TechTalk is I guess a property of Barnacules Nerdgasm, he's a 50% owner in this. If he doesn't do this, then I don't do this. So that's how I feel about it. So no, I make sure that we both get paid doing this. And sometimes it's crumbs and sometimes it's really good, but at least we get something out of it every time. Let's see here. CBD said, that's such bullshit from Jay. No, I mean, I don't even look at the numbers, but there were some shows we did where we got over $800,000 in super chats when we were doing Tech Talk. And I was just thinking to myself, I was like, oh my God, that'd be so nice if I could get half of that. But no, I never did. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Mr. Blueberry said, when are you going to take AuxxZillary to Disneyland? Well, if they ever open back up again, I would be happy for us to do a stream down there. I think that would actually be really, really cool.
fucking so cool, man. I love Disneyland. I fucking love Disneyland.
But I want to be clear here because people take shit too far. Let me be absolutely clear here, okay? Jay is my friend. Jay is my brother. Jay has completely paid me back on like the trips that I went down to see him. He paid for the flight. He put me up. He took me to Disneyland. What do you got there?
Oh, somebody said they see an R2 behind me, and it's an XL, actually. It's an XL R2.
So I want to be clear, we're straight. We're straight, because I don't want anybody doing this drama shit that everybody likes to do. And if you try to start drama, I will ban you. Even if you think you're somehow defending me or you're taking my side on, I will ban anybody that tries to start any more drama. Because honestly, that was a big part of like why we are the way we are now, and it's unfortunate. So if you feed that fire, I'm just gonna punch you. So don't do it.
Yeah, right. It's like you guys can't have any sort of public interactions anymore because people get so fucking bent out of shape and like I don't understand why it has to be Jay versus Barnacules. Like nobody, it's not Gamers Nexus versus Linus. Like what the hell? Like
it is for some people though. If you go read their comments, they have the same problem, same exact problem. Yeah.
It's so weird. Not that I feel like that was a bad example because like they didn't ever like have the same kind of like interaction like you guys did, but still, it's just fucking weird.
I love Steve though. Steve's it's very rare to find people that don't change with the fame. And the people that didn't change with the fame, and I mean, I'm not even saying it in a bad way. Like, I understand why Linus had to change with the fame. The fucker like is supporting a media empire. Like he is now a CEO of a corporation. Like you can't just be willy nilly and shit. But Steve, you know, he's still a pretty small operation, but he's big, but he still pretty much runs the thing, you know, with just him and a couple close people, right? It's his closed loop system. Kyle and Paul, they're still the exact same people I remember from when I met them back at Newegg when we were doing the live streams on Newegg, like, you know, 10 years ago. Like that, they're the exact same people that I remember, and I have a lot of respect for that people can go through growth like that and get that big and get that kind of following and still just be the same motherfuckers that I knew from way back when. Because it's harder than you think, man. It's a lot harder to stay the same than it is to change, because everything in this business is trying to change you every moment of every day. It's trying to put you on a pedestal. It's trying to make you realize that your time is better spent one way than another, and it's more important to do this than to do that and everything. And for me, it's like I never wanted any of that. And it's cool to see that there's other people too that kind of think along those same lines, even though it might not be like the best business decision in the grand scheme of things. Which I can fully admit to. It's just cool to see, right? Like the Hacksmith, he's actually one of my favorite. Do you know the Hacksmith?
I know the name. I'm not sure.
He does a series called Make It Real, where he started out making like Wolverine's claws and Captain America's shield, but he makes they're real. They work. Like Captain America's shield actually flies off his arm and has a magnet that recalls it, and he can actually break cinder blocks with it and shit. So anyways, he started out just doing this shit like in his backyard. Then he moved into his garage. Now he is in like a 50,000 square foot like fucking like building with sponsors and like 12 people on payroll and IT guys and camera guys and all this stuff. He's like full on the real deal now. And the fucker will just message me up on Twitter and be like, "Hey, you want to play some Modern Warfare?" Or hey, dude, you busy? So cool. Hey, you want to do something? Hey, how are you doing? He'll just message me, "Hey, how are you doing? What's up, dude?" Like he's just a really fucking cool, down to earth guy. And he's never changed. He is the same guy that he was when he first started, even though now he's running this like multi-million-dollar operation. And I'm just like, that is fucking cool, man. That is cool to see. And I'm glad that some people can still pull that off. You know, it's just a neat thing. But me, the problem is I can never get that big. Because once I get that big and I start relying on like editors and producers and video camera and I have to make people's payrolls and have to do all that shit, the stress would crush what you know me as. It would crush I don't have the capacity to do that. That's why I've never chased that down a rabbit hole. That's why I kind of had a hard stop and I refactored everything and I took a step back because I was heading in that direction. Just from the pressure of the community, you know, like wanting me to get bigger and bigger and go bigger and go bigger and go bigger. And I stepped away from that because I was like, one, I don't want to expose my family to that. Two, I don't want to push myself into a level where I'm so untouchable that like all my friends and everything like that think that I'm neglecting them and I'm alienating them. I don't want my family to feel like they're put in danger and everything because, you know, I push shit so far up. So I'm trying to do something that's not very practical, which is just hover. I'm just trying to hover. I'm just trying to make enough to like get through life and to hopefully have something to put my kid through college and stuff like that. But just hover and have a decent life. I'm not going for millionaire driving around fucking Lamborghini Huracans and shit.
I think that's super noble. I have a similar really goal in mind. Like I don't ever want to get to a point where it's like Linus or even Jay. Like I want to be able to. It's too much. I feel like think like your level is I'd love to be on par with you, where like maybe I hire a part-time person to do the to do the part that I don't like, the video editing part.
Yeah.
Because like all I really want to do is build PCs and stream it. That's what I want to do. That's all I want to do. And if I want to get to a point where I can do that, I can do like case reviews, kind of like, but build in them and show people like, this is how you build a PC in this case. Here's how I think the best way to do it is, and sell them on. Sure, like I'll build anybody's PC. I specialize in ITX stuff. That's my jam. But like I'll build whatever PC you got parts for.
He built that.
Totally.
That's all him right there.
Like I miss that part. Like, and I miss streaming. Those are the two things that really turn me on.
Ladies.
But it's like, that's what I want to do. I want to do that as much as possible. And there's other cool stuff too. Like I really like the idea of doing like gadget reviews and stuff. Like I loved working with the guys that I did the earbuds and headset for. Like that was really fun. And I would love to do more of that kind of thing. And but yeah, I don't want to get to a point where other people rely on me.
Yeah.
I think it's the big part.
That changes the whole dynamic when that happens, because now it's more about the business than the passion.
Yeah,
and I've seen that. Like I've been on set for productions of other big YouTubers, lots of them actually, and you can tell that a lot of the passion is lost, and it's more focused on the process and going through the paces to produce the product. Right? It's more about producing the product than it is enjoying the process and just capturing it on video. And I understand why that has to happen at a certain point, because just like reality TV, you can't just like record people and expect them to be interesting. You have to have a schedule. You have to have a plan. You have to have a story. It makes sense. That's why people watch it. Like Gold Rush would fucking suck if they just went out there with webcams and just recorded shit every day without throwing wrenches into the shit and creating little microcosm stories and retakes. It wouldn't be entertaining. It just wouldn't be entertaining, and people don't realize that. So I do understand why they have to do that, but then you start realizing that a lot of the passion gets lost. You start realizing that the passion shifts into the production and less about the actual passion behind what you're doing, right? It's like if every day you build a computer for a computer channel and you have editing and producing and you have sponsors, and those sponsors are expecting to run on those videos, and you have time schedules and money and payroll to do and all that, it's like you can't just stop in the middle of something and be like, oh, this is shitty, or I don't like this, or I'm not enjoying this, and walk away and come back to it later. You can't. You have an obligation at that point. So you have to just grin and bear it, and you have to get through it, not just for yourself, but for the other people that you're employing and for the team. And I totally understand that, but that's something that I would not handle well. I'm saying that I'm the one deficient that can't handle that. Like I can't handle that situation where it's like, so, I get a call and it's like, Raid Shadow Legends. And they're like, we're going to pay you $30,000 for a 60-second pre-roll, but it has to be on this video on this day at this time. I can't, today I tell them to fuck off all the time. I mean, they've offered me up to 10 grand now. They've offered me trying to pull me into this Raid Shadow Legends shit. $10,000 for me to read a script. I don't even have to write the content. I just read the script and put their overlay videos on it. And I can get 10 grand. They'll hit you up, dude. They hit everybody up. They are coming.
In the position I'm in right now, I would probably say yes, but I would probably only do it the one time.
Dude, they're hurting right now for people because of what the scandal going on. So you should just like message them, like proactively ping them on Twitter and be like, dude, I want to run your ad.
It would literally, nobody does. It would change my game totally. Like to have an injection of 10 grand or 5 even would change my trajectory. It would bump the curve to a different place for sure.
I get that. And again, everybody has their reasons.
And it would totally, I know it would, I'm selling a piece of my soul to do it, but I honestly, I think I could live myself.
Yeah, I've turned down, and I don't regret it a bit. But I've turned down well over $1 million in advertisement for my channel. I only have probably out of 800 videos, I think I ran 10 pre-rolls, and they were for services that I already had subscriptions to that I reached out to myself. And because I noticed other people were getting sponsorships. So I was like, I already use your product. I already do it for this. I think it would be a great fit, like Lynda when I did lynda.com. And that was a great fit until Microsoft bought them. Then I was like, nope, I don't want to work with you guys anymore, because that was a conflict of interest at that point. But I only did a couple of, I turned down so many, man. The biggest one that I ever turned down though was Loot Crate. You remember Loot Crate?
Oh yeah, man.
So, or
That'd
was
have
it
been
Loot
fun.
Box or Loot? I think it was Loot Crate.
Loot Crate.
So Loot
yeah.
Crate contacted me because I was doing the nerd block. Yeah, I was doing the nerd block unboxings. And the nerd block unboxings, the reason I did them was because the company didn't even ask me. They just started sending me nerd blocks because they saw me. They saw a video
That's
of me
cool.
and my kid, and they were like, "Oh, your kid would probably love this." So they just started sending them. They didn't ask for anything in return. So then I eventually did an unboxing of a whole bunch of them because they were just like piling up, right? So I was like, I'm gonna do an unboxing, and the video actually did really, really well. So I kept doing it. They never paid me anything for that other than they set me up an affiliate link. Like when I started getting into it, so if people bought it, I could get a little affiliate thing because I prefer the affiliate stuff over anything. So I started doing those, and all of a sudden, after a year of doing that, they noticed that on average, each video was getting between 150 and 250,000 views, which was big back then. It's still big today, honestly. So I get a message from Loot Crate, and it's a big, huge email, and they're like, "Hi, we're huge fans of your YouTube channel. We'd really like for you to be the face of Loot Crate." And they said, would you be willing to work with us? And I replied back and I said, yeah, I don't have exclusive deals with anybody. Like, I'll totally fucking review your Loot Crate. I mean, I already do this loot box. I had another box that I did called One Up Box. So I had a One Up Box, Nerd Block. I'm like, yeah, I'll bring another one in. Shit, just send it to me. Just send it to me and I'll check it out. And they replied back and they're like, we would like for you to completely disavow Nerd Block and only do Loot Crate moving forward. And they said, if you do four videos a month, so 4 videos a month for a year. They wanted a year contract. If I made a video unboxing their loot crates, and they'd send me 4 at a time, like the 4 different types of boxes you could get.
1 box a month, like
it was like
okay.
Yeah, but they wanted to send me the 4 permutations so that I could show everybody like what they'd be getting. And they're like, if you do these 4 a month for a year, we'll pay you $97,000 up front. They said, we will cut you a check, sign the contract, we will cut you a check, and all you have to do in every video is make sure that you call out that it's better than Nerd Block. They specifically said that was one of my talking points. I had to say that it was better than Nerd Block and that I switched to Loot Crate because it was the superior product. And I replied back to him and I said, go fuck yourself. And the next week I started seeing tons of people starting to do Loot Crate. Like I saw all kinds of other YouTubers doing Loot Crate. I never touched a single Loot Crate. I walked away from that 97. That was the biggest single paycheck that I was ever offered for an advertisement. And all I had to do was make these and they were simple videos to make, right? Set up 2 cameras and just sit there and take shit out of a box with an overhead camera and a camera pointing at you. Oh, look at this. Look at this. I mean, there was nothing to them. They were just kind of fun videos to make. And as soon as they made that offer to me, I just felt dirty. I felt like I had to take a shower and I was like, dude, Loot Crate, fuck you guys. Like, seriously, fuck you guys. And Shadow Legends reminded me of Loot Crate, the way they approach me. They're like, you have to read our shit. You have to talk about Legends. You have to make it sound interesting. You don't even have to really play the game. Here's some stock clips that you can use. I was like, fuck you guys. Like, seriously, fuck you. You guys are, you're making a gambling program for children, and you're trying to get me to push it for like 10 grand. Shit, they offered a channel. I got contacted by, I can't say who it is, obviously, because I don't want to bring them under attack, because they did it. They did a 60-second pre-roll, and they got paid $5,000, and they only had like 40,000 subs. Wow. So I have almost 1 million, and they offered me 10 grand. They gave him 5 grand. That's how hard up they are for advertisement, is they're hitting up these little channels and even offering them $2,500 to $5,000. The lowest I've seen them offer so far is $800, and that was a lowball offer that they pushed them up into the thousands. So we're talking about a company here that like but how do they have that marketing budget? Because they are literally just robbing children. That game is just designed to separate parents from their money. That's it. It's literally a casino game. So I've turned down so many offers. The coolest payday I ever had, though, I think I've told you about this one. And then we'll wrap up. I know we're in overtime, but do you remember when did I tell you about the 7-Eleven ad spot with the Slurpee?
This sounds familiar.
So this is the best.
I think
best.
so. Yeah.
This is the best ad I ever did because one, it didn't even require a video. It was a single picture, and I got paid $3,500.
I think
for one picture.
Yeah.
So
because they had approached you from a different video you had done.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Yep. So what had happened was I did some gameplay on Call of Duty. Was it Call of Duty? Was it Modern Warfare 2 or something? Like it was one of the older games. And I started playing. It was right when it came out, and I just did like a live stream with it, and then I had a YouTube video of me playing it on Nvidia Surround. And so they approached me and they said, "Hey, listen, we're coming out with a new Slurpee for 7-Eleven to promote the game. It's the Black Ops Edition Slurpee, and it's like a special flavor. It's the Black Ops flavor Slurpee." And they're like, "If you know, what would it cost for us to get you to do an engagement?" And I was like, well, what do you guys want? And they replied back and they're like, oh, we're just looking for influencers on Instagram primarily. Like they didn't even care about Twitter. They just Instagram at the time because it was like becoming really big. And they're like Instagram. They're like, we want one photo of you drinking the Slurpee outside of 7-Eleven that says like enjoying my Black Ops Call of Duty Modern Warfare Slurpee or something like that. And they said that I could put hashtag advertisement on it, you know, to be in line with FCC and everything. So I could clearly say it was an advertisement, and all I had to say was like just enjoying my Slurpee outside 7-Eleven. I even got to do the wording on it. They just had to approve it. And so I sent them my picture that I took. I just went to 7-Eleven. They even mailed me the cup. They mailed me a disposable cup in an overnight UPS box. I cut it open and I pull out the disposable cup because the 7-Eleven that I went to didn't have the cups. So they weren't there yet. They wanted me to do this like preemptively because it was coming out the next day. So I go there, I walk into the 7-Eleven, I show the guy at the front counter my press release that says that I'm allowed to shoot a video there. I walk back to the machine. I had my wife with me. I filled up the Slurpee, took a couple pictures there, and then we walked out in front of 7-Eleven in the parking lot. I had my wife take one picture of me drinking a Slurpee. And if you guys go back to my Instagram, I'm sure you can find this picture, but it's like 6 or 7 years ago. I'm just drinking the Slurpee, and I send it to them. They approve it. I post it to Instagram, and like no shit, within 5 days, I get a check in the mail from a media company for $3,500 for one picture on Instagram that I want to say didn't even get more than like 150 likes. Like
That's
it was
crazy.
And it was just me drinking a Slurpee, and it was full ad. I put everything on it, like the paid promotion. I mean, I made sure that it was like 100% because this was so out of character for me. And they paid me for that. And the first thing I thought of was like, my God, if that happened every day, I'd be rich. Like I would be rich beyond mention if I could just run around and just do these things. And then after I did that, I was like, okay, that was probably the coolest, like simplest ad that I've ever done for that kind of money. And then I started to realize as time went on that it's like there was a lot of money in advertisement. And then of course, like a dipshit, I ran the other direction, right? Because it felt dirty. So I was very selective, and anything that I did or anything I promoted had to be on my terms. I never signed a single contract, nothing.
I liked the job that I did with the company called Tunai, and my contract with them is long since been fulfilled. So I'm not saying any of this because I have to or because of whatever. But they sent me more than what we agreed to on. I was only supposed to get like one. As I recall, it was supposed to be one particular headset. They sent me a whole little thing with I got two headsets, actually three, two of the same kind, and then a third like heavy bass one, and a bunch of other stuff. They sent me a whole little kit, and I was allowed to say whatever I want about it. They didn't even like stress to be like not overly negative. They just here you go, but all you got to do is put the logo on your stream for X number of streams in this amount of time. You have to take certain pictures. They had requested like in-box and out-of-box pictures of each product or something like that, and talk about it. That was it. And dude, it was awesome. Like I would love to do more of that kind of a thing. And
I don't sign contracts either. I've only ever signed one contract in the history of my channel, and it was the biggest pain in the ass ever. And I was like, fuck it, never again. Like, so now when a company approaches me, they're like, we're going to send you over the contract. I'm like, nope. I was like, I'll make the content, and when I make it, you send me my payment. If you don't, I take that shit down. Like plain as day.
I was under contract. It took me longer to fulfill than it should have.
They always do. That's why I don't like the contracts.
Well, and they weren't upset about it. Like I apparently like you said, like they understood and stuff, and it was totally okay. And it was my first time, so like they were super reasonable. Like I could have and really should have fulfilled it in the time allotted. They gave me plenty of time. That's
another reason I don't sign contracts. Is fuck time limits. Like I'll do it when I do it.
But yeah, no, it was a really good experience. I'm down to talk about stuff and especially gadgety things and whatnot. And I still to this day use those headphones nearly every single day. They are they are a good product, like, and that really blew my mind for being a company. Like, you go to their website, TUNAI, again, not sponsored. It's some cheeseball kind of no name Taiwanese company or something, you know, out of Southeast Asia somewhere. It's a good product, genuinely good product. And that was really cool. It was really good to work with them.
Yeah, what's the one that everybody's pushing now that's like the hugest marketing campaign on YouTube? It's like earbuds.
Raycon.
Raycon, that's what it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've noticed everybody, like every channel I know, even friends and everybody's running Raycon ads.
Yep.
I haven't been approached by them yet. They might be filtering out my spam filter or something like that.
Sign me up.
Yep.
They look cool.
But the thing is, like with like something like Raycon, what I'd want to do is if they sent them to me, it would be number one, if I don't like them, you guys can pay for me to ship them back or they go in the garbage. That's rule number one, because I'm not going to sit here and make negative videos. I'm not just going to make trashy videos. But if I don't like your product, I'm not even going to approach it. I'm not even going to review it. And that's happened. That's happened a couple of times now where I've had companies like Robo3D got really pissed when I told them I wasn't reviewing their next generation R1 Plus, because I reviewed their previous generation printer and made a whole video series on how to fix all the problems with it so people could get a cheap 3D printer. Their next 3D printer was even worse than the first one. And I was like, fuck you guys. After 3 printers and wasting a week of my time, I already had shot like 3 videos. I threw it all away. I called them up, said, send me a shipping label. This shit's going back to you or it's going into the garbage. And because they tried to get me to pay to ship them back, because they're like, oh, you wasted all of our time. It's like, no, you wasted my time. Your time did not get wasted here. My time was wasted. And they did send 3 boxes and 3 labels, or because they were already in boxes. I just needed the labels. But I told them, I literally replied back and I said, if I do not get shipping labels with you in 24 hours, these are going out on the curb. I will put these out on the curb and I will take a picture and send them to you. And the company like immediately was like, oh shit, we're so sorry. Oh my God. They changed their whole tune and they were like, oh, we got to get those printers back. And then they tried to make it seem like it was user error. Sure enough, they sold a shitload of them. They all came back. Then they started ignoring customers. And then they ended up having to like go private and block a bunch of people on Twitter. Yeah. So Robo3D, like don't try to get people to review your trashy, shitty fucking printers and cover up for your shit quality, because and I literally set one of their printers on fire with a flamethrower.
Like negative videos.
Danny said, did you see my question from earlier? Oh yeah, sorry, Danny. We just haven't been paying attention over here. Thomas Plant said, I love the jitter and the tech top. Thank you guys. Oh, I'm glad you enjoy it. Yeah, jitter is my series over on Patreon. You don't have a Patreon, do you?
Me? No, I don't have a Patreon.
Bro, you need to create a Patreon, man. Do them behind the scenes videos of you like naked getting out of the shower, like this is my morning routine, and like post that shit.
I don't have enough consistent content, really. Like, I don't know what I would do for a Patreon.
Dude, I've never been consistent on Patreon either, but people still show up. I'm just saying, bro. Get that Patreon money.
Maybe I will.
Do it. Hey, Danny, thank you for the £5. There you go. Thank you for the £5. By the way, yeah, I give everything for $1 on my Patreon. Like, I have different tiers for like if the richers want to like do 20 and have like a different badge. But $1 gets everybody. It's basically just to keep trolls out, because I talk about things of a much more personal nature and I publish things that I don't want public, like on the YouTube channel and stuff. That's where I put it, is over there. Danny, thank you for the £5. He said, hi, Jerry and Houston. Hope you guys are well and all is well. Question for you both. What is your backup solution? NAS cloud service like Backblaze, or so what do you use? What do you use for your backup? Nothing? You just let all your shit just die? Like when your hard drive dies, it's over. You got to just recollect everything back.
Yeah.
Oh, don't tell me that, man. People got after me so bad for doing that.
Most of my important stuff is photos, and that's automatically backed up with like Google Drive and stuff.
Okay, fair enough. So you do use cloud
Google
storage.
Photo. But as far as like documents and things, I don't. I really should. I know Backblaze is pretty good. They're wildly popular.
Oh, wow. Tough Laudermouse said, did Patreon try to push you to eliminate your $1 tier? I haven't seen any emails about it, but I sure hope they don't force me to eliminate that, because I always want to offer whatever the least I can. Because even though it does help support me, the Patreon thing does add up to a nice little chunk every month. So I absolutely appreciate it. But still, I want to make it low enough that, almost everybody can afford it. So that if somebody wants to go there, and the whole point of the $1 is there's a paper trail back to you making the payment. So you can't just be a little keyboard warrior. We get no keyboard warriors on Patreon. We don't get anybody in the comments like, fuck you, fatty, kill yourself. Because then I can just click on their name, report to Patreon. And it tells me their real name. I know their payment method they use, so we can go right back to their bank and know exactly where they live if we have to for an investigation. So that's why I like Patreon, because if you're going to be on Patreon, you got to be a human being. You can't just be, a shithole little keyboard warrior.
I've been toying with the idea. I've been toying with the idea of doing a junk food journal, like a real small, real short 1 minute sort of like food review kind of thing, and I think that would be fun. That would be a good way to do that.
Dude,
to keep me inspired for it.
And plus DMs, I respond to DMs over there because my audience is small enough that I might get like 10 DMs a day, so I can reply to them. So it's like
Yeah.
I've already been kicked off every other platform. Like Facebook, I probably get 500 DMs a day. Twitter, I had to disable DMs altogether. Discord, it's like 5 pages of people DMing me like every day that I have to scroll by to get to my channel, because it's just, if it's a public thing, everybody's going to use it. If it's a private thing and it's a smaller audience, even the people that are there will like respect it and only use it when they need to, like if they have an actual question or something like that. And I've really loved it. Hey Pup, thank you for the $5, man. By the way, Pup Shepherd, I still have your shirt. I can't wear it on stream, but I still have your shirt. I find it in my drawer like almost every time I'm searching for a shirt. So I just thought that you'd like to know that your shirt still is in my shirt collection. I didn't actually throw it out. I just can't wear it on stream for obvious reasons. He said, I got a 32 core Opteron from Work E-Waste, 136 gig of RAM. Jesus. Really? I can't find enough meaningful VMs to make. Only so many Conan and MC servers to run. Oh, is Conan like a MMO? I think I've heard of that. Hey, Danny said, are you using Nord? Yeah, I still use Nord. Nord has been my VPN for almost 2 years now. So I actually still quite like him. I even have an affiliate link for him, but I just don't push it that much. But it's in the description of my videos and on my Twitter. But yeah, I stand behind Nord. People are still butthurt about how they handled that whole hack. But if you actually understand what the hack was, there was like nothing of value lost there. And it's a common problem that happens to all VPNs. It just doesn't get reported because they have to lease infrastructures. There's no way for any VPN on the planet to have the jurisdiction to own the enterprises in all these different countries. Most of these countries are like at war with each other and shit. So, or have bad relationships. So you do have to appeal to the rented infrastructure in those places. But in this case, Nord was fine. Nothing was decrypted. So it wasn't bad. It wasn't good, but it also wasn't bad. And it happened on like one server out of like literally thousands. Oh, Danny just found the link. Hey, you're very welcome, man. And if you don't, here's the thing with Nord, if you get it and it's not very fast or you don't like it for any reason, fucking cancel it and get your refund. They have a refund period. Like fucking don't do it. Like if it doesn't work good for you, get rid of it. Cause some people just don't have good luck with VPNs because of their proximity. So if you try Nord's a piece of shit. Go try Astral, go try private internet access, go try, what's the new one that people have been raving about? There's quite a few of them. Just go look for VPN ratings. But try to find the one that's fastest and gives you the features that you want. The reason why I like Nord is because it has the double bagging option where you can actually have a VPN go through another VPN with one click, which is awesome.
2 bags.
All right, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up there since we're about, 30 minutes over our hard set limit. But I've enjoyed this last half an hour almost more than the rest of the show, if I'm honest. So.
Yeah, this was fun. This was good.
My God, dude, you're so loud. What happened?
Well, somebody said my mic sounds weedy and thin. Maybe just placement. So now
it sounds like you swallowed it.
Yeah, well, that's
here. What do I sound like when I love the microphone? How you guys doing? This blowing out your eardrums?
Is this better, Paul and Osaka now?
Send me a bill for your broken headphones.
Is this not? Are you not entertained?
Oh my God! What microphone are you using? Is that a Blue Yeti or?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that was the gold standard for many a year, my friend.
I'm gonna message you after this because
please do.
I need to make my way up to you and Kevlar, and I know there's a box of stuff you're probably trying to get rid of, and I know for sure Kevlar's got a bunch of stuff that I need to take away from him. So
I haven't put anything in the box yet, but I am sure I can find lots of things for that box, sir.
So we'll work something out. I mean, I don't have to. I can always come by twice or whatever, if whatever. But I know I have to make my way up to Kevlar's place. So yeah. I figure I could meet you both in one swoop if we can do that.
Sounds good. Give me a timeline and tell me like what kind of stuff you're looking for, and I'll see what I can drum up.
Well, I know for one. Well, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, I'm sure I got stuff around here. I've got like PC cards and all kinds of stuff. So stuff that can help you with builds. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out with us today. It's been absolutely amazing, and we will see you again next week at 10 a.m. on Saturday. I think we're still on course, right, with the current time and everything.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'll let you know. I'll let you know if we got to change it. We might have to, I might have to do this on my phone or something at some point.
If we got to move it to make it like work right, just let me know and we'll do it. Like even on a day's notice, we can move it pretty easily.
Yeah. I don't want to stop completely. It just my end of things will probably change because there's going to be a gap between being in the garage and being in the new house. There's going to be a gap, and so we'll have to I'll have to figure a way of doing this. I'm pretty sure I could do Discord video on my phone. So
I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can. All right, we'll get it figured out next week, Saturday, 10 a.m. If you guys want to see our individual streams that we do during the week, every other day I stream on Twitch. For about 3 hours, do something afternoon coffee. We're trying to find a new name for it because I drink coffee in the morning and now I don't drink it in the afternoon, so it doesn't really make sense to call it that. But we go hardcore compared to this. It's like, yeah. So just prepare your butts. I take it a little far over on the Twitch. But all those links can be found in the video description along with anything else. And if you can't find information in the video description about something that you wanted to ask, come over to Twitter. I'm at Barnacules on Twitter, just like you see right down here below. You can see there's at Barnacules and at AuxxZillary. Those are our actual Twitters if you guys would like to come and tweet us. And Twitter is my most active social network. So chances are if you tweet me over there and you're not an account that's like 3 seconds old, I'm probably going to see it. So just to let you guys know. And also my Discord information. I don't know if it's in there right now, but if it isn't, I'll add it here shortly so that you can come over and hang out with us on Discord. All right, guys. Yep. Until next time, let's give him a little wave, my friend. A little wave. Bye. See you guys later.